Jessica, hello. It should be good now. Did I go live? Am I live? Okay, wait, that was weird. I went live like right away. Great. True. That's funny. Sorry, I literally was talking for so long and then I looked down and my like upload was 0. I was like, wait, I don't think I'm live. But I was like responding to chat as if it was live. That's funny. Did I panic? Be right back. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not panicked at all. I'm not panicked at all. No, 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 no. I'm not worried about that. Everything, all that is, what's it called? All of that is family friendly. You know? It's all family friendly. We're good, my brothers. Yeah, it's all safe for work. I just want people to pay for it. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. Oh, you didn't even see anything. I thought the set was worse. So I just have to approve these. 1 second. These are cute. I like it. I love this set. Hi, Stand Online. Yeah, but the pics, most of them are cropped. When I see them like this, they're all cropped. I thought it was worse. I really like this set. Great. Okay, I'm gonna schedule that right now. It's going live. Great. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I am here, live for you, in the flesh. Welcome to the stream. You deserve this beauty. Yes, you do. Yes, you do deserve this beauty. Johnson, thank you so much for subscribing to my fan house. Hell yeah, welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, I think I just got a new sub from that leak. Hell yeah. Funny. It's so funny. I respect the tactic. Oh, so funny. Well, this is what I do now for a living. Kind of interesting. Is there? Oh, frick. There's a freaking storm out there. That wasn't a leak, that was bait. I love how YouTube gets an instant notification. Superior, bro. It's superior. No, it's not OnlyFans content, it's my fan house content. Did you like it? Did you like that booty? Did you like that booty? No longer a professional meower? Look at my Steam profile. Have you seen it? I am 100% a professional meower for audiobooks. Look at this. Damn, I need to unfriend one person and I'm at 420. Whoa, someone wrote on my Steam profile in June? That's so funny. Kitty, where'd you go? I didn't realize that. I haven't played Stray, no. Do I edit videos? What program do I use? I don't edit anymore, I pay editors. But when I did edit, I used Final Cut Pro and sometimes Adobe Premiere. I used to do a lot of editing. I can't tell if I'm hungry or not. What did I eat today? Oh my god, I have a whole salad. Be right back. You know what do you delete the moments before pick, huh? Post video, Matt back in my day, Kristen would stream 5 days a week, post videos every day, edit her videos, post on socials, while vlogging. While vlogging, that was crazy, dude. I was so burnt out, just repeatedly burning out over and over and over and over and over and over. And the funny thing is, like, I make, back then, the amount of money I was making is a fraction of what I make now, or what I made even last year, just off sponsorships. So like, I was just grinding for fucking YouTube revenue. Crazy. You're here from Twitter? Oh, yo, but Twitter worked. Ha ha ha, DMN. The funnel to Twitch worked. I'm so curious, like, where people end up getting funneled into. I'm assuming most people are, honestly, are probably the most engagement is from the Twitter. Like that does like the biggest posts, right? Oh my god, look at this salad. Look how fucking good this looks. What am I editing? Now I just do short form content. I get edited. I mean, I made a bunch of vlog content and I'm just like, I don't know, do people even watch vlogs anymore? It's all short form now. Like, we're all like, our poor attention spans, it's just been demolished. You only burn out once if you do it properly. Burn out and die, you mean? Hungry Kitty so dangerous? Yeah. You still love vlogs? Open YouTube, I saw you on the bottom left of my YouTube front page. Oh, that's great. Yeah, YouTube is like pretty good. Like, in terms of it, like, you finding me, I think more people use YouTube because it's like there's videos and live streams as opposed to being on Twitch. But I mean, everyone's different. Okay, and then I have this salmon. I let this salmon kind of like sit at room temperature for a long time yesterday while I played Valorant, so like I hope it's still good. But then it had a time to sit in the fridge, so. You found me through YouTube in 2019 to like Fortnite vids. One thing like I've really had to like release is like, I just don't need to make content that's good for everyone all the time. That must sound so weird to some people, but like, I got so stuck in this like spiritual whirlpool where I was like, my content has to be positive and inclusive and like have a good meaning for everyone and change lives. And I'm like, no, actually doesn't. It could just be entertaining. Oh, funny, Stephanie. That was your gateway drug? From CSGO King? What's your follow age? But like, it's so, I don't know. I'm sure like most people don't even worry about making content that like is inclusive and lifts people up. I got so stuck in just like making spiritual content. I was like, wait, no, I'm gonna make content that's fun, that I like, that makes me money and then also is positive. Oh. Almost 8 years, Raina. 3 years? I love girl squads, Katya. They're so fun. I was like, I want to make Maybe I'll do that today. I want to make a Valorant alt account that's gold today, so I can play with my girlies. Salmon is so good. Has anyone here been to Miami? I'm supposed to go to the Bahamas today. Or is it gonna go tomorrow? Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Anyone have any anyone ever been to the Bahamas and have a recommendation? I want to go spend a night in the Bahamas. It's like an hour flight. Thank you, Sorte. Six years, nice. Go swim with the pigs. Is that on a specific island? I don't think this is gonna be my only time I go to the Bahamas, so I don't need to like do everything by myself. I just started a new visa, so when you start a new visa, you have to leave and come back. So I can go anywhere, but I'm like, the Bahamas is like an hour flight. And then I have to re-enter on my new different visa, so I can start the new term instead of being on my old visa. Okay. Michelle? I've heard that too, honey. They bite. That's so scary. Yeah, that works visa. Great. My new set just went live. I'll post to socials. What game we playing? We're gonna play some Valorant. 1 hour flight from here and I get to middle of Sweden at most. Okay, well, what the wait, how far north are you? You're in Norway, Sorte? What was I gonna say? But like that's the only fucking close destination for Miami. Miami just happens to be close to Bahamas. But if you're in, what's it called? If you're in Europe, you can get fucking anywhere. Like you can get so many places in Europe. It's much better, bro. You can do so much. Zayan and Crackshot, bro. Okay, guys. I'm sorry that you are so hard on yourselves about the amount of viewers that you get, okay? But you just need to be happy with one. Having one person come in and watch your content is great. It doesn't matter how many viewers you get. That doesn't matter. And I want you to go easier on yourselves, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. I love you. I love you. Don't worry about viewership. Don't worry about it, baby. Go easier on yourself. You're doing a great job. It doesn't matter. Like, even if I had 30 viewers, even if I didn't have, what, 250 across platforms right now, even if I didn't have that, if I had only 30, I would be so happy about my 30. Like, if one person wants to take time out of their day to hang out and spend time with me, I fucking love you. Welcome. Thank you. I see you and I love you. Hi, Aaron. Oh. I have one house. I'm planning on buying more though. But yeah. Hi, honey. Ryan, I've actually been talking to Deluxe, and we might do a what's it called, reunion, some reunion games. I'm not really a hard style girl. Thoughts on mobile IRL streaming? I just bought the backpack, Maxi. I was trying to get it to work with my new camera. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? That's awesome, Crackshot. Good luck in your stream, dude. Just like go easier on yourself. Like, it's so interesting when people come in here and say it's like a dead stream or like comment on viewership. It's like, and I want to just say this to everyone in the chat. When people come and talk shit to you, they're projecting their own insecurities. So it's like something they're worried about. They're worried about viewers. So when they see other channels that don't have as many viewers, they're gonna put on their energy about that onto you, and you don't have to take that. You just send love. Mango! Fan house. Enjoy the set. Enjoy the set. Fuck yeah. Russian hardback? Market is icky in Canada. I'm not sure. I was actually looking at Turkey. I kind of want to buy a house in Turkey. Turkey and Costa Rica. I have a house in Canada. I don't know. So there's a lot of different ways you can do real estate investing. I could go the path of like, I have a lot of friends that own a lot of like low income housing because they get like the government whatever. And I just like, even though that's legal, it just doesn't like the ethics of like that game for like trading low-income housing. I'm like, it's just kind of shitty. I don't really want to profit on that and just making it more unaffordable for people by continuing to have people continue to buy that and outbid each other. I don't know. It's just interesting. But I own a house. It's a Airbnb right now in VRBO in Canada. If you guys want to stay there, let me know. But my original intent was, it's almost paid off, and then to remortgage it and then buy commercial real estate. But I like fully left Canada as a taxpayer and a resident. Like, I haven't been Canadian. Well, I'm Canadian, but I haven't been a Canadian resident for 4 years. So my thing with Canada is like, if I can't keep buying more real estate in the corporation that currently owns my house in Canada, because it's kind of in like this like weird little lieu. I don't know, it has a name, but like the government has it right now while I'm out of the country. And then when I return, I'll get access to that corporation again, even though I'm still managing it. But then I was looking at buying real estate in America, and I love a lot of the homes here, and like Luke and I have talked about buying something. But I don't know. I feel like the real estate market is just really overinflated, although supply is still low. So I think it won't crash as much as we think it's going to crash because it's so low, or the supply is so low. Luke's my partner, and yeah, but then I was like, I'm kind of feeling this vibe where it's like, I just want to buy beautiful homes that I want to live in and then live between them. So I own a house in Kelowna. Hi, Andrew. And so then I really love Turkey. I'm in love with, my house has been my best investment, Chaitanya. Better than my crypto, better than my Apple, better than everything. My house is like great. And then I Airbnb it when I'm not in it. Hi, Kemsler. So I was thinking like if I buy a house, you can buy a house in Istanbul I'm actually looking at Bodrum, like getting like an acreage with a view of the ocean and close to beaches. And having like a little farm and doing like a little Airbnb there. And then I was also looking at Mexico and Costa Rica. And so just having other properties. But the cool thing about Turkey is if you spend $300,000, I think it's still 300,000 on real estate in Turkey, then you get your passport, which is just nice to have. Although my Canadian one gets me a lot, but oh. So good. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I love turkey so much. Oh my god, my favorite. But I think it's important to say that, like, I think it's important to say that, like, you don't, like, invest. Well, it's funny, I actually have a meeting with my investment advisor tomorrow, but, like, invest in a way that, like, is symbiotic with your desires and your goals and things like that. Like, you don't have to just invest like everyone else and, like, buy things you like. It doesn't all have to have a return on investment either. Like, we get so obsessed with that. So you can just buy it because you like it and you want it and it brings you joy. I don't have a house in Germany. I have a house in Canada. And then I'm looking at buying like a property in Turkey, and then I'm looking at buying a property in either Costa Rica or I really love Mexico. Like Costa Rica, like my friend keeps trying to sell me, Amanda really wants me to buy property with her in Costa Rica. And like, it's good. Costa Rica's great, actually. Like, it's so beautiful. It's like a blue zone. Like, people live forever there. But like, Mexico just has my fucking heart. Like, I would buy a house in Mexico City. I would buy a house in Baja. I would buy a house in Creus. I would buy a house like north of Tulum. Like, there's so many really, Oaxaca, San Miguel. Like, there's so many really beautiful, amazing, like, cultural places in Mexico. Like, Mexico has more culture in my experience than Costa Rica, so I don't know. Or maybe I'll start with Turkey. And then I'll be in Miami for the winter, Turkey for the summer. This is so fucking good. Thank you for letting me eat, everyone. Not that you were able to consent. Everyone I know that has like multi-million dollar portfolios are expecting the crash early next year. Then they're preparing for it. Let me look that up. Querétaro. Is it? Is that close to San Miguel? Or totally different? Kind of reminding me of it. Oh, but they got this cool wall. What is that? Wow. This is beautiful. Wow, that wall is so big. So cool. Oh my god, I love Mexico. I was posting about my chest. Oh yeah, chai. I had a really bad stomach thing. Mintiao. Thank you for the wall. I had a really bad stomach thing. My endometriosis has started growing in my intestines. But when I'm on my period, I can't take painkillers anymore. It's like causing my tummy to bleed and get really sore. Oh, yeah. Am I Gandhi? No. Well, we all are Gandhi, actually. Technically, we're all Gandhi. Yeah, honey. You also have to understand We're just starting to see it. But like baby boomers, there's gonna be a huge transfer of real estate. Huge downgrade, not downgrading, but downsizing, but from the baby boomers in North America. When they want to get smaller places as they get older. And that's gonna change things too, but. Oh Lord. What do I think about feminism? No. That's a great question. I think I've got lots of thoughts on it. When I was younger, I definitely got pulled into the movement of it, and this being frustrated at the patriarchy and at men for putting us down and not giving us equal opportunity and da 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 da. But I think anything now, anything that works to further shine light on the division between people at any level, whether it's feminism or nationalism or even like what sports team you're on, you just have to be so careful with that. I have a bruise on my lip, Weeks. And so yes, so I think that women are still in the process of having more opportunity and things like that. Yes, I think that's important. But I think I also I also have like heard this whole idea of like activating the female workforce was so that everyone could get paid less, but like women would work more. So like for all the industry that like women work now, like before you had to pay a man enough to like support his whole family, you know, one person was earning enough to support their whole family, and now like two people with full-time incomes for in a lot of places isn't enough to support their family. And so I find that really interesting. And like the whole, like I think it's important for women to get into STEM, but it also kind of seems like another hint at like it's really expensive to hire coders and engineers right now. If there were more coders and engineers, then we could pay everybody less. And so that kind of, you know, brings up a lot of question in my mind. But I do think it's just like, it's really important that we have access to equal opportunity, that we're not discriminated against, that we're paid fairly. But women have a long way to go. Like, I was talking about this on stream yesterday, just like the idea that like, there's so much pressure on women to be like attractive and like seductive and enjoyable by men, because our like financial and social standing still, even though there's more opportunities for women, is kind of reliant on men, at least if we want to ever like become mothers too. I just find that so interesting. Versus men, it's really important for them to earn an income because so they can get a desirable wife. I don't know, I'm just thinking, I don't know. I just find that really interesting that like so much of my life media was like, you need to be a certain way so you can get a certain type of man to take care of you, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about this. I haven't really coalesced them yet. What are your thoughts on feminism? I think like man hating is definitely taking it too far. And I think it's created a lot of that in a lot of women. And that's really bad. Hi, Nadi. Yeah, you were here yesterday. What was I gonna say? Also a reminder that when this goes for everything, from like racism, indigenous stuff, feminism, nationalism, the systems that our ancestors created, right? We don't need to uphold, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, my ancestors are like Eastern European and Icelandic, so I don't know what they were involved in. They were just like occupied by Germany. I don't really know beyond that. But like, just because people were racist like 50 years ago and created all these racist laws, like because you're white, like you're white now and like you've never been racist in a day in your life, you don't need to feel guilty because white people did that in the past. Instead, we can all like look upon it and be like, wow, that was really sucked that they did that, but like what are we gonna do now that we know better? What are we gonna do differently? Like, let's not keep, like, the media likes to keep bringing that up because the media wants to keep people like this interlocked in conflict. And so anytime that you notice that you're being divided and conquered by media, look the fucking other way. Like, that is a very, very well planned and created marketing and propaganda to make you feel separate from your brothers and sisters, which is every other person on this planet. And so like, let's learn how to love each other and work together. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna say. Find a wife and to love and support your family. Totally. That's great, Unknown. I love that. You're in touch with your feminine side. Try to be equally fair and kind to everyone as far as it needs to go. I think that a lot of feminists are actually too in their masculine. They need to get in touch with, they're too in their masculine. They need to get in touch with their feminine and their softness and their receptive, magnetic nature. I think that's what's missing. You see too many women becoming men. And then you wonder why we all want to peg men. I agree, M-Wigs, but like a lot of bureaucracy prevents that. Like creating a new law is so much easier than undoing old laws. So I think it's really important that we take more time to look at the shit that we have that's like the foundation of our society and start eliminating some stuff that no longer serves anyone. Growing up, Mexican women are told you have to do everything for men, and I never liked that idea. Oh my gosh, I watched this YouTube video on like Japanese women who are like expected to take care of like their family and their kids. They cook, they clean. Like being a mother is like a 3 full-time jobs. And then after their kids leave the nest and their partner retires, they're expected to take care of their partner full-time because their partners worked, but like the mothers worked her whole life too. So it needs to be more of like a collaborative effort. Like when I look at even my grandparents, like my grandpa doesn't cook at all. He doesn't cook, he doesn't clean. He just like reads and goes on the internet, and like I love my grandpa, but like my grandma is just like so responsible for him, and she's like, he wouldn't be able to do anything without me. And I'm like, so you like worked a full-time job and then you were a mother for 30 years. She had kids 10 years apart, and then you're taking care of your retired husband full time. I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm good, bro. I'm gonna eat my salad. Isn't that love though? Yeah, they're from the east. They're from the Czech Republic, in Germany. That, to me, Is not love at all. No. That to me is like attachment, guilt. I don't know. I just think it's really interesting that the guy's like, okay, I'm done. I worked really hard, but like the woman like worked really fucking hard too all the time. Like the guy comes home from work, puts his feet up, and the woman's still working. And she worked all day for the kids. Hi. Just interesting. That's why, in my opinion, okay, so here's my solution. Instead of just talking about the issue, here's my solution. We need way more community. Multi-generational households to start, okay? Community, tribes, other families. Like this idea of like the nuclear family was programmed into us to sell mortgages, okay? To sell mortgages and kitchen appliances. A nuclear family, in my opinion, is not healthy. We need a sense of community. We need a sense of like, we need the village to raise the kids and to take care of each other and have the old people incorporated into the life, like well into their like old age. We need more roles of service for old people that they love and feel valued for. That's what we need to work on. I'm not sure what that looks like, but you can be as hippie and liberal as you want. Let men be men, let women be women. Okay, but you have to understand, Sorte, that your definition of what man is and your definition of what a woman is based on the way that you were raised, the role models you have. Everyone's definition for that is different. And the definition that you have now is something that's been created over time. It's not like the truth. There's no truth. It's just our best explanation for things up until that point. And we don't know. Right? Day jobs are more labor intensive. You can stop and watch the morning news after the kids are at school or at a day job. Should take one of the booty pics from the set, put a peach on what cover and share an IG. That would be a good idea. That would make me more money, but would that make my puppy happy? Wit, I'm glad you found my channel. How was your day? There's this great comic called The Mental Load. Oh, interesting. What's it about? Is it like it's a repeating comic or like a single comic? Who am I to question men's and women's roles that have been around since the start of mankind? Sorte. Sorte, please. 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 Do we really know what women's roles are and men's roles are since the dawn of time? Like we've only recently, the last couple thousand years, possessed the quality to retain information. Hello? You're a sociology major? Cool. I think it's what's better to understand is like the polarity of the masculine and the feminine, and understanding that it does exist in both, right? And so our society has been riding in more of this like dominator complex, which has been more patriarchy, masculinity, etc. Take and take and take, hunt and hunt and hunt, hustle and hustle and hustle. Okay, and that's just like one half, but the other half is now tuning back into this feminine. And there is historical evidence that it used to be a matriarchal society. And I am 100% sure that the women took advantage of their power too. But now the pendulum is swinging back. And so how do we find in society, within ourselves, that balance of the yin and the yang, the masculine, feminine, positive, negative? It's just a balancing of polarity and understanding that we represent both. It's not just if you have a penis or a vulva. There's a book called Alphabet of the Goddess, and it's really good. It's about, I'm gonna get this messed up, but back when we were using symbols to convey information. Okay, so like, let's say for an example, like hieroglyphics, okay, is a picture. And so when you look at this picture, it has this meaning. And when you're reading hieroglyphics, it's actually activating your right hemisphere of your brain. Okay, so this more creative, expansive, visionary side. Okay. And then in it's not Mesopotamia. Why am I getting this wrong? Sumerian? Was Sumerian the one that invented the alphabet? And back when we were using symbols, Semitic people, Canaanites, Hebrews, okay, there was more of this balance between the feminine and the masculine. All the deities that you see in modern culture were feminine. It were these goddesses, these voluptuous goddesses. Like the Mother Earth is like the only kind of remaining example that we have now, but like they were the figurines of these very fertile, heavy women that gave for the crops and blah 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 blah, all these goddesses that you'd pray to have healthy agricultural years, because that's what was really important back then. And so females in culture and matriarchal societies were quite normal, and at least having this like equivalent between or not equivalent, but more of this equality between sexes. And then so this whole book is called Alphabet of the Goddess. It's actually quite interesting, but his whole thesis is that Freya, Mother Earth, yeah, his whole thesis is that when the invention of of the alphabet came to be occurred, it switched the way that we were understanding language and we were understanding and conveying information into symbols that connotate sound, that connotate a word, that connotates meaning. And so during the invention of this, around the same time that you see the birth of the alphabet, you also see the historical evidence of the overthrowing of the goddess. And so the stories were changed after that. Instead of, you know, this mother giving, this like loving, fertile earth mother giving and giving and giving, like she was slayed by the man who is now the god of the thing in I think it's Sumerian history. But his whole thesis is that when you were understanding language from a symbols point of view and you're using your left hemisphere, now that you're switching into having these symbols that connotate sound, that connotate a word, that connotate meaning, you're having to elicit your left brain, which is more analytical and more in your masculine polarity. And so then you see this advent of more of this masculine. Oh, I got a host. Thank you. Sorry, I don't have my notifications on. Or I do, but they come up really quickly. Thank you, baby. Wait, you were up late? On early? What time? Are you in Taiwan? You're up late? What time is it for you? Hi, thanks guys. Welcome to the stream. How was your stream? Thank you so much. What was I gonna say? I love you. Oh, you had a great night. Yes, I'm happy for you. That's awesome. Yeah, so you see all these stories of these goddesses now start to be overthrown. The patriarchy really starts to gain momentum. Then you start to see all these genocides of women. And it just goes on and on and on. And the removal of women from power. So, yeah. I don't think it should swing into all women, but I think that us understanding, and then this isn't just the case for society, it's also the case for within us. So it's acknowledging that while the hunting attaining, hustling, taking energy is really important. The taking the raw materials, transfiguring, gathering, receiving part, like more, not spiritual, but like more aloof energy is important too. And so now it's this balance between the two polarities. The balance between the left brain and the right brain, you know, get that corpus callosum communicating really well is important. So it's within ourselves, us acknowledging the power of our masculine and the power of our feminine, and then also having that echo into our surrounding experience of the masculine and the feminine. Does that resonate with anyone? One person. Pop.
Éternel été, beautés à jamais, ombre du trépas, cher bourgeon de mai, l'effet du hasard, ne le retiendra, parfois trop ardent.
I remember when I was younger, I wouldn't talk with my hands at all. And I've actually like, as I learned to like trust my authentic expression and come through more, I have learned to talk with my hands more and be more animated in my face, hands, and body, which I like. It's called Alphabet of the Goddess. Alphabet of the Goddess. And if you're a woman and you want to read something really fun, you can read Womb Awakening. What else was I gonna say? What I'm reaching at is that society no longer creates strong individuals. I don't think we have very many examples of strong individuals. Like, our perception of what a strong man is, in my opinion, is not like the true strong man or strong, powerful woman. But I think that we're gonna start seeing them in the next. You're gonna start really seeing a lot more of them pop up now. Oh, that's a bruise, Veska. I got lip filler 2 days ago. I'll reapply my lipstick after I finish eating. I feel like I've been eating for 10 hours. And it's like food is not disappearing. Hello? Hey! Want a piece of salmon? Here, I saved you one. Well, I'm just explaining to you so you're not worried about me, Veska. How does this hello? 100% recycled plastic? You good girl. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this in the kitchen, otherwise Yuri will be hounding me. Pun intended. are you? What do you think is causing men to not be strong? I just think they have bad examples. That's my thesis. They have bad examples of what a strong man means. Like, in my opinion, a strong man is like connected to his masculinity and his femininity, and is not afraid to be vulnerable, is not afraid to protect and hunt, is not afraid to love and express himself.
She made a promise.
I've met a few people
She won't come back.
who embody that, actually. And Luke, I think, does a really good job of it too, actually. But like what the media portrays as strong is like it's like this, like it's like a man's perception of what do they say, like from the male view, when it's like this hyper masculinity. That to me is not strong or attractive at all. Like, you have to have this it's just like dance between your masculinity and your ability to be powerfully vulnerable too. Guys, I can't believe that Lex Friedman was in my stream earlier today. Ah, I just spilled my pencil eraser all over my desk, or pencil sharpener. Damn it. I'm like, I literally was fangirling, and I was like trying so hard to keep it cool. I was like, oh, Lex Friedman. This is a check mark next to his name. I was like, oh yeah, the real one. Okay, hi. I just love intelligent, kind people so much. You know what I mean, Yuri? I got this everywhere. Amber Heard is for you. What's my ideal strong woman? It's the same thing for women too, where it's radiant, and I mean radiant as in embodying light, not like beautiful in a traditional way, but like connected to her light, which we all have inside of all of us. So connected to her light, loving, kind, and caring, but not a pushover. Knows her worth, knows her power, knows her capacity, leads with grace, is magnetic, but also like not afraid to move when she needs to move. Does that make sense? Is totally capable of absolutely doing it herself, but also ready and willing to allow others to support her. Yeah. I don't know. And you know, yeah, it's like speaks truth. Like it's embodied, it's a capacity to be able to embody the masculine, but at the same time very much being in tune and soft and strong. Like, I think that like the word grace actually is one of my favorite ever since I've had like psychedelic and spiritual experiences. Like, the understanding of grace for me is like being full of grace is like being full of God. And so it's existing in this like natural, flowing, bright, embodied beingness. So I really love the idea, like my understanding of grace is, yeah, creativity and light. What weakness is making you miserable? You're asking me personally? I had to try and tap into the last time I was miserable. Purple ears, purple graphics, purple light. I can't see it, but my roof is purple. I can't see it. Oh, someone's weakness. Weakness isn't bad. It's only gonna get you. I think it goes down to what life you want to live. Weakness isn't bad. No, but like, you can be vulnerable but not weak. You can be strong in vulnerability. I wanted to kill myself from listening to other people your whole life. Yeah, you definitely need to define yourself. What is it? Carl Jung. I read this quote like a week ago and I love it. And it's like, the world asks you who you are, and if you don't know, it'll tell you. I think that's how it goes. Let me get this right. Carl Jung. Yeah. The world will ask you who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. And if you're fucking letting the world tell you who you are going to be so caught up in the need for the world's validation. Okay, womb awakening is for women. I mean, you can read it as a man, but probably better not. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, you found out that you have an ad, and you've ADD, and you've been on Strattera. I haven't noticed anything yet. What meds have you tried, and why did you stop? I didn't try any meds until about 3 months ago. I started Adderall, and then for the last month, I've been on Vyvanse, and I love it because I'm combining all of my coping tools and mechanisms with the ability to focus and do things that I need to do that I wasn't able to do before, and I like feel like a fucking superhero. Although in the past month I've let my coping mechanisms lapse because I've been able to rely so much on the drug that recently I've been what's it called? Oh, the past week I made the goal for me to come back and figure out my shit. And by figure out my shit, I mean have my, what am I trying to say? Oh, bring my coping mechanisms back, because I kind of slacked on them. Someone donated $10. Oh my god, Sam, you paid for like half my salad. Thank you so much for that donation. I just saw it. I'm sorry for missing that. You want to know this lip color? Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. This is my favorite combo with Fenty Sweet Mouth. It's like my color. Thanks, Stove. Yours isn't stimulants? Yeah, I mean, stimulants are addicting. I love mine. Would you ever do a live stream or video of replying to fan emails? When people email, I don't really get fan emails. I get like 1 or 2 and they're like, you're so sexy. And then like Indian letters. I'm like, Hi Kaiser, welcome. I think I'm gonna be making a new Valorant account today if you want to play. I feel your way. Your way. Wait, I just saw a comment. I struggle with being mediocre at everything. I wish I had a talent or excelled at one thing. What if your talent is just being mediocre at everything? I mean, some people can't even be mediocre at some things. Isn't it better to be mediocre at lots of things than good at one thing? Well, who wrote that? Bobster, are you still here? Bobster, my whole thing is like, you're the way that you describe yourself creates your reality. That's why on my journal I had that whole I am page. So whatever you speak about yourself into reality is gonna be how your ego maintains you and looks for evidence of. Does that make sense? Like your ego wants to be right all the time. Maybe not your ego, but a part of you wants to be right all the time. And so whatever you say about your world, whatever you believe about your world, you're gonna find evidence for. So if you don't want to be mediocre at everything, you can say, start with what if statements, they're my favorite. So like, what if I became good at one thing? What would that look like? What would that feel like? What if, like, I don't know, what do you want to be good at? Give an example. What if you were good at that? What if, how would that feel like? You don't need to jump into like, I'm the best at tennis, or I'm a great tennis player. You could if you wanted, but sometimes it's harder to skip into the affirmative statements if you're not ready yet. So I highly, highly suggest for you to like acknowledge the like trenches that you're running through in your brain. Acknowledge the path that you keep going down around being mediocre at things and saying, okay, well, what if I wasn't mediocre at everything? What if I was good at things? And then start looking for evidence of that. And just practice. Anytime you have enough awareness to bring yourself back into that place, to do another what if statement, and just doing that again and over and over and over and over. And then before you know it, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I am good at having awareness to check in with what if statements. That's how I changed my reality. You were not here when I talked about my manifestation using jealousy. I still am in disbelief of that. But we did that earlier. That was crazy. What's my definition of being vulnerable as a man? Maybe also some no-goes to be aware of some a mistake, emotional dumping for vulnerability. I think that what was I just listening to? The difference between venting. Okay, I don't let people vent to me, but if people want to discuss the feeling that they're experiencing. So being in touch, I think being vulnerable as a man is being able to see the situation, okay? Understand the way the situation made you feel, identify the feeling, and then be safe and open enough to express that feeling with somebody, whether it's a friend or a partner or a family member. So it's like, this traumatic thing happened. It caused this outcome. This outcome made me feel very afraid, insecure, unworthy of love, whatever that is. No, venting is like, I mean, okay, we have to be really clear on what our definitions of venting are. Venting, in my experience from people, is like emotional dumping, where it's like, oh my God, I had the worst day, and so came into the office, and then this happened, and then this didn't work out, and da 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 da. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Don't vent to me. I'm like, I don't. But if you come and you're like, oh, I had a rough day today, and I'm feeling really like love starved. I'm feeling that I'm in need of love, or I'm feeling really frustrated right now. And I was like, oh, you're feeling really frustrated, huh? What can we do about your frustration? Should we punch a pillow? Is there anything we can do right now? Or, oh, no, actually, sorry. I am more mature than this. I know how to handle the situation. I hear that you're feeling frustrated. That must be difficult. I hear that you're feeling very alone and unloved right now. That must be challenging. That's it. I jumped right into fixing the problem. Did you see that? I'm working on that. What is your definition of venting? Articulating a stream of consciousness in an attempt to sort out with feelings. Oh. Okay. So they're using venting to try and understand the feeling they're having. Never let anyone project their trauma onto you. Oh, fuck no. Yeah, no, I learned that one. But, okay, so emotional vulnerability in a man is a guy having a really hard day and him coming to me as a friend or a partner and saying, hey, Kristen, I had a really fucking hard day today. Like, I'm feeling like I'm not good enough. I'm feeling like I'm not deserving of love. I'm feeling like I fucked up and I'm like embarrassed. Da, 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 da. Like, I don't need to know the details necessarily. And I say, wow, I hear that you're feeling that way. I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. Or not sorry. I hear that you're feeling that way. That must be difficult. Like, how can I support you? Like, I think that to me is like vulnerability. It's just being open and honest about your emotions and then also being in touch with that. Being able to, like, a lot of us were never taught how to identify how we feel. That's why I feel like, feel heat chart. Images like this are really interesting. Let me show you. Images like this are really interesting for people. Oh fuck, it's gonna be so big. Where they did a heat chart. Like for people that can't identify, like a lot of people, it's like going to the doctor's office and some people just don't know how to describe their pain or like where they're feeling it. So they're like, oh, it's like I'm getting cramping over here. Like, oh, is it stabbing? Is it deep? Is it, you know? So I really like graphs like this, where it's like when you're experiencing an emotion, doing a body scan, and then checking in and seeing, is it like, are you getting like this like tightness and this heat in your chest? Does it feel like it's in your head? Are you getting cold? That kind of thing. So I think stuff like that, being able to identify how you're feeling and then share it with people is important. But not everyone is ready to hear your feelings either, because people aren't comfortable sharing their own feelings, unfortunately. Hi, Norb. Nothing, bro. Welcome. I just started streaming on YouTube. I'm actually streaming on 5 platforms at once right now. Alan, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I like listening to your thoughts. It helps me feel grounded. Yay, okay. I hope that something that I say resonates with you. Yeah, isn't that interesting, Sorte? It can get quite a reaction when you mirror back their feelings, especially in people who aren't very self-aware. You know what one of the books, what is it? Never Split the Difference, talks about the, like this emotional mirroring, where like if someone dumps on you and then you're like, oh, it sounds like you're feeling really frustrated, and then you try and identify that for them and then leave it open for them to discuss it. Yeah, that was a good book. Never Split the Difference. Good book. Another book, if you're struggling with like social stuff, what is it? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read that when I was like 11. It was so good. Hi, Nest. Some of my practices are of the Hindu faith. Nest. Some of them, not all of them. Welcome. Welcome. Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yeah, he really blew up with that one. Yeah, I think it's the guy who wrote Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, I think did a really good job of taking a lot of spiritual concepts from a lot of different books and then presenting it in a way that's like fun and digestible. Hi, Naman. Which faith best describes your belief system? None of them. Kristen's faith. There is not a single faith that can describe my belief system because it's ever changing. And most faiths are rigid. I think one of the only faiths that's like really self-questioning is like, was it Judaism? I think has like a lot of like questioning in it. Jewish mysticism is pretty interesting too. If you guys ever get into that. Yeah, I don't think a faith. There's one faith. I've learned about all faiths, and then I just make my own deductions of my own experiences in life so far. But I've eclipsed to the. For so much of my life, I was looking for so many things to follow and like the right way to do things, and then I realized that like I get to define that for myself. And when I started doing that, I became free and happy and stopped seeking outside of myself. All the ancient ones are really interesting. Well, my favorite thing about mysticism, right, which is like the root, when you learn about the mysticism of the different religions, they're all the same. Hi, I'm still alive. I don't even know how long I've been streaming for. Whenever I stream, I like black out. I don't know if you guys know this, but like Luke will always be, or like anyone in my life, they're like, oh, how was stream? What'd you talk about on stream? I have no idea. I have no idea. I empty my brain and I go live and I see what wants to come out. What wants to be channeled today? I think I went live at 11:45. So mysticism is the belief that union with, or the absorption into the deity, or the absolute, or the spiritual apprehension of knowledge is inaccessible to the intellect and may be attained through contemplation and self-surrender. Belief characterized by self-delusion or dreamy confusion of thought, especially when based on the assumption of occult qualities or mysterious agencies. I don't like the second one. Through contemplation and self-surrender, you may begin to understand, not understand, feel the deity or the absolute. God, I love the word absolute. The absolute. Ooh. That's a good one. Hi, do you know the way? Their origins are likely the same. Self-investigation refined over many generations. I love the explanation of like how all of our religions revolved around like worship of like the sun, which is like the sun that's producing all this energy that's radiating onto our planet. But the way that different religions formed were based on different experiences of the sun. So like if you look into like Islam and like the Middle Eastern, Arabic, like deep religion, it all is kind of around like this more like, I don't want to say like vindictive, but it's like more of this harsher sun, because they have more, well, they have less trees, less forest, more deserts. Like the sun, it gets so hot there. You have to manage your water better, all these things. And then you go into like North American cultures, and they have plenty of water, like lush forests, plenty of places to take shade, differing seasons. And then you can see how the definitions of their gods represent their experience with the sun and the way that it controlled and affected their life, which I thought was really interesting. Oh, I 100% worship the sun. 100%. That's part of my practice. Every morning. I love the sun. But I mean, like, the sun is our god to some degree. Without the sun, we would not exist whatsoever. And in the same line of that, the earth is also a god. Kappa, thank you so much for subscribing to my fan house. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the photos. and videos. And so I think it's so interesting. Yeah, just to really like appreciate them. Yeah, Mother Earth, man, and the sun, fucking great. And the moon too. Moon's affecting us. Thank you, moon. I speak too scientific. Yeah, it's so interesting. I just assume that everyone has, you know, 3 years of university science experience and a 3-year commerce degree. You know, it's tough. Everyone else didn't take 3 years of calculus in university? What? You didn't study organic chem? Fuck. I guess I have to change the way I talk. I'm just too busy projecting my own experience of life onto everyone else. Okay, how do I explain this? Effects of the on different representations of God. How do I even Google this? You did computer science? That's great. Have I ever gotten out of an addiction? Yeah, I quit drinking alcohol 1.5 years ago. I quit watching porn. I don't have added sugar. I quit coffee. I quit people pleasing. That was probably one of my worst addictions. People pleasing. Now I like people triggering because I know ultimately if my embodied experience is triggering people, then like completely quit out. Yeah, I know all about discipline. That just, I remember we were talking yesterday's stream about how like 3 years ago I got the card Boundaries when I was at Burning Man. He's like, here's your new theme. Some guy came up to me, gave me this oracle card, and I was like, boundaries? What the fuck? Fuck boundaries. Da 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 da. I don't even know what this card means. I want a different card. And now I'm like, oh my god, boundaries are the most important thing in the world. And the same thing happened with discipline, where I was like, discipline? How is that supposed to help you do anything? What? Fuck discipline. And now I'm like, oh my god, discipline is so freaking important. Like, I thought discipline was like, oh, make yourself go to your 9 to 5, make yourself do your workout, all these things. But like, the importance of discipline is to create absolute trust in yourself, to take action that is of your choosing. It doesn't even need to be for the highest good. Like, being able to want to do something and do something, and knowing that if you have to do something, you're capable of doing that thing, and you trust yourself to do it. Whoa. Whoa. So important. Like, the most important relationship is one that we have with ourselves. And so when you get to a place in your life that you're like, oh, discipline is important because now I'm the fucking driver. Do I do actual online therapy? Yay, I'm glad something resonated with you. Naman, what are you trying to quit? I can speak about my experience briefly if you want. But like, yeah, discipline has absolutely changed my life. And so I went from being like a product of the shifting tides of my cravings, my desires, what I thought others would like me to say, how others would like me to move and to dress and to do, of taking that drink because I felt too excited, or taking that drink because I felt too depressed and I didn't want to experience my feelings. Like, I was just like, my lack of discipline was just keeping me in this absolutely like unconscious attempt of like comforting this bubble and protecting myself from the experiencing of reality. And so learning discipline, I feel like I'm the driver. I'm like, I'm driving Kristen right now. I'm like, I'm gonna go over there. Great, I'm gonna go over there. And I'm choosing to go over there. And then I go over there. Naman, is it alcohol or porn? Oh, porn. Interesting. So my when I quit porn, I was like, I was really lucky because like my life got really sweet. So there were so many things that I was getting in life that were better than the pleasure I was getting from porn, including my relationships, my friendships, my work, etc. I'm kind of interested in wondering like, what is porn creating? Because it's like when we crave sugar, okay, we're craving more sweetness in our life. Okay, those moments that we spend playing with animals or petting puppies or going for walks and admiring nature, or like just having those sweet cuddle moments. Like we're craving the sweetness in our life. And then when people crave salt, often it's because they're experiencing a lot of stress. And so salt really helps with your nervous system. So I'm kind of wondering like, right now, if you're having a difficulty quitting porn, then you're like, what is porn kind of creating for you in your life? Or what is it like a symptom of? It's interesting. Let me think. And like, what can you replace porn with that's like so good, is better? Because like when I was quitting stuff, lack of girlfriends, when I've quit stuff, a lot of the understanding of it has been around what can I replace it with that I don't feel less from not having it. Does that make sense? So it hammering the dopamine levels. So like, what are other sources of dopamine? That's not roasting. Zaman, if you think that not having a girlfriend is being roasted, you need to change your opinion. You are whole entirely as you are now. You do not need to have a partner for the world to love you, respect you, appreciate you, and for you to love, respect, and appreciate yourself. You do not need a partner to be whole. You are whole on your own now. Yeah, for me, it really helped to replace the addiction with other things. And so when I was quitting coffee, I switched to matcha. And that was really delicious. So, I mean, that's like a physical thing. Yeah, I mean, it's been so long since I quit watching porn, like years and years and years and years, and I'm trying to remember from my own experience what I did. Sometimes I'm currently focused on my goals. Sometimes I get distracted. Yeah, so like yeah, I love Huberman Labs. How I don't watch any porn anymore. I'll watch maybe like 1 or 2 porn videos a year, maybe. I don't like it anymore. I used to love it. What are other things that like bring you pleasure? Okay, so like how can you create, like, if your body is craving pleasure and porn is a really easy way to get that, like, how can you make your life pleasurable? Like, how can you get pleasure from dancing with the lights off in your room by yourself, or at a club, or at a dance hall, or etc.? Like, how do you access pleasure from being present when you're eating a delicious meal and really tasting the way everything feels on your tongue, and the different temperatures and the different flavors and textures? And how do you get pleasure from going and swimming in the ocean, or jumping into a lake, or getting in the river? How do you get pleasure from breathing? How do you get pleasure from a hug? How do you receive pleasure from appreciating yourself? How do you receive pleasure from going to a yoga class? Like, I would start to think about other practices that you can bring into your life with the intention of increasing your pleasure beyond just porn. And also listen, also, one of the things that helped me the most with alcohol was I looked at a part of me thought drinking alcohol was really bad and it lowered my frequency and it took me away from being close to God, let's say. Okay. So my perception of it was alcohol was actually kind of in some way a form of self-harm when I would drink it. And so when I came to the understanding through meditation and psychedelic experiences that I can never become apart from God, just because I might be holding a lower frequency, I'm never separated from God. I'm always connected to God, with God. I am God. We are all God. And recognizing that alcohol is like not a sin. Alcohol is not bad. Alcohol is a tool that I needed to use to keep myself alive and self-medicate for a long part of my life. But now that I've been working and developing myself, I'm strong enough to choose other tools, and I can create enough discipline to choose enough other tools. And so I would just like remove your perception of like sin around porn or porn being bad. Like, what if porn was good for you? Okay, like what if this self-pleasure, this daily self-pleasure that you're experiencing was going to be like positive? Right? No, but part of you, okay, you don't know it's bad. Okay, let's just follow me on this one, okay? You don't know that porn's bad. So like what if, okay, you said, one, your intention's gonna be to watch porn less, but when you're watching porn, it's good for you. Not necessarily good for you, but it's just not bad for you. Okay, so when I removed this like sin of alcohol, I could no longer self-harm myself with alcohol. I could no longer push God away or become separate from God using substances. Actually, God loves when I feel pleasure. God loves when I self-pleasure. God loves when I feel aroused. You know, like I've had experiences that have been like so divine and so connected with something that feels holiest of holy, or whatever you want to describe it as. And it was absolute rapture, absolute pleasure. And so the closest that I've ever felt with God is when I've been experiencing the most pleasure than I ever have in my whole life. And so like feeling pleasure is divine. And how you receive pleasure, it can come in many forms, but like I would just remove your negative association. Thank you, Alex. I would remove your negative association with porn to start, and just set an intention that you're gonna do it less. You don't have to quit necessarily, right? That's what I would do. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get there, but can I go a year without alcohol? I've gone a year and a half. Actually, a year and 9 months. My 2-year anniversary is December 21st. Yeah, and then increasing, what's it called? The pleasure, setting the intention to feel pleasure in life in as many places as you possibly can, too. 5 years without drinking alcohol? That's so great, Khaleesi. Good for you. Yeah. Maybe you could attach some goals to it too. You know, like if I only watch porn once this week, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna treat myself to this. How long can I last without having sex? Well, I was celibate for a year when I was 21. Thank you, Sheezy. She did a nice job. You use whatever tools you need to use, do you know, Dewey? I'm not going to prevent you from using tools. Like, ultimately, we're all just trying to do the best we can with what we have and what we know, and we're using the tools that we have access to and know how to use in order to feel or not feel. And so whatever tools people want to use, we can't really judge them for that. If it's keeping them alive, then they're on their path, and all paths lead to God. Hi, Yuri. Hi, Yuri. Hi, hi, hi. 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 And we kind of have to trust that everyone's going to receive the information that they need. But ultimately, it's not about the tool that I've learned. It's about the intention. So making sure that your, what's it called? Intention is strong in all aspects of your life. If it's keeping them alive. Totally. I mean, vaping is definitely keeping some people alive and preventing them from committing suicide, right? I know alcohol kept me alive. Like, I don't know if I would be here without alcohol. Am I a Libra? I'm an Aquarius. I've never opened to anyone like this. Well, I'm glad you felt safe enough to do that here today, Naman. Yeah, that's cute. Cheesy twins. I love eating toes. Hello. Is this what it feels like to have a therapist? I've been listening for 30-ish minutes and I feel, I don't know, lighter. I love that, Kay. That's great. You should look up some Abraham Hicks videos. Is there another one that, like, when I hear her talk, I'm like, oh, I just feel like clearer and lighter and good. Yeah. And like, at the end of the day, we are also the ones that assign meaning to things. And like, I had this thought the other day where it's like, why? Like, people tell people that all these things are gonna like kill them. You know, they're like, oh, don't do that. That could kill you. Like smoking or doing all these things. And it's like, why do we, or it's gonna take years off your life. But it's like, why do we hold longevity at on such a high pedestal too? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, let people choose what they want to do. You've been using THC 0 mild psychedelic effects. Oh, that's great. Cool, Clutch. Yeah, whatever works. Like, I think ultimately, and I know people could like criticize this, will be like, oh, Kenny, you shouldn't be saying that because people might think crystal meth and blah blah. But like, I don't know. We just need to have more faith in our consciousness's system's ability to like right itself and access information, whether it's from within or pursuing like YouTube videos or books or attracting people into our life. Like, we need to trust the unfolding more. Yeah, we need to trust the unfolding more of life, and we need to trust people's internal guidance systems more. We're creating more problems to trying to fix things. Yeah, well, ultimately, like, they talk a lot about this in spirituality. Like, you don't want to focus on the problem, okay? So it's like, when you're focusing on the problem, you're creating this conflict energy, right? And so instead of saying like, fuck cancer, let's kill cancer, la 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 la, like, what kind of energy is that? Rather than saying, okay, I'm pro health. I'm pro helping and educating people on how to take better care of their mind, body, and spirit. Everything, the entire system. Like, how do we do that? How do we, like, I'm a petition for like beautiful, luxurious, healthy water, you know? So I always kind of got stuck on that, where it's like, oh, I donated to the Cancer Foundation. I'm like, you donated to the Cancer Foundation? You're donating to cancer? Hello? Hello? Oh, that's another thing. Rebellion versus revolution. And so it's like when you don't like aspects of something, like your younger self's way of handling it is coming up, getting in front of it and coming up against it. But like when we put whatever we put attention to grows. So when you come up and you're bringing your energy, and then there's this other energy, it's just gonna meet you there. And the more energy you put into it, the more energy that it's gonna meet you with. So that's what people try and do with revolution. They kind of come up against the man. But like a rebellion, okay, is deciding, okay, what's going on over there is not okay and it's not working. So I'm gonna rebel and I'm going to build and create something that is so much better that it absolutely eclipses everything else. It's so much better that people don't even have a second thought in switching to it. So it's like kind of like like I had this thought about like eco shame. Like a lot of shame has been passed on to people by these big polluting corporations, for people to take responsibility around the health of this planet, which it is still important for us to care about the planet, granted, but the amount of shame and then like pedestaling that exists when we do that is like we have to be really careful about. So it's like instead of us focusing on like reducing our, this is just an example of like stopping using plastic, okay, because plastic is still like so good at so many things. Let's focus on creating other substances that are cheaper, better, biodegradable, actually good for the environment. Does that make sense? So that like the corporations want to switch to this because it's cheaper. The people are going to switch to this because it functions better, you know, and the earth loves it and it's good for the planet. So there's a lot of examples like using technology where people, instead of fighting up against the thing directly, have said, okay, that's there, I acknowledge it, but I'm going to go over here and build something that's so much better. And that's what cryptocurrency makes me hopeful, because the idea of sound money, like with something like Bitcoin, like completely unhinges things. Welcome, American Heart Association. I actually used to do workshops professionally on goal setting for 12 years. I was assistant for you fill in simple box with simple questions for the reasons you write. Understand your struggles. A lot of people struggle with that. I have to I actually like stayed away from goal setting, and then got into more intention. Like I set intentions over goals. Yeah. Because I feel like goals can be really rigid. But it's still important. They work for a lot of people. Aw, wow, Clutch King. That's so cute. AHA pillow. Aren't our hearts amazing? Yeah, exactly. No, I have a phone case. It's clear. I think the environment's important. When Mother Earth has enough of mankind, will be pulverized. I remember I went heli hiking when I was 18, and Roberta Bondar spoke at the lodge. She was on the trip with us. She was Canada's first female astronaut. And I remember my dad, because my dad has such a relationship with recycling and taking care of the earth and doing all these things that like corporations tell him are good for the environment. Using his reusable bags more than 11 times. Things like that. And he asked what Roberta Bondar's advice for youth would be around the climate crisis. So he was asking this, what, 12 years ago? He was asking it with the intention of for her to advise us kids on the rising sea levels and all the things like the increasing heat and things like that. And she was like, I think humans need to ego check themselves a bit if they think that they can affect this planet as much as they think they are. And I just thought that was so funny that she said that. And I've like seen a lot of like really interesting videos since then, just about like, yes, it's really bad that we're cutting down the forests. Yes, we should stop using glyphosate. Yes, we need to have better farming cultures that uphold the soil, biodiversity. But we're learning all these things and improving it. But like the machine that is making us this afraid of our own planet and her changing in the climate crisis is just like so interesting. Yeah. So our planet is powerful beyond fucking measure. Mother Earth, if she did not want us here, she would take us off. This like narrative that we're some parasite on planet Earth is created to control us, and we are nature. We're like literally soil with legs. We're just like this cellular body that's covered in bacteria and viruses, and we have legs and we can use tools, and we actually should be stewards of the planet. We are not parasitic at all, and the planet can 100% take billions more people. Like, she is all giving. We just need to maintain it and work with it and adapt to it. So important. And yeah, a fungus. We are by extension part of the mycelium network. Isn't everything? Didn't like, I think mycelium just like seeded this whole planet and control our growth. And now through the advent of psychedelic mushrooms are doing that on an even larger scale. When psychedelic mushroom and psychedelic therapy, which we're gonna see in our lifetime, becomes fucking commonplace, like LSD and mushrooms 100% have positively affected me. Help me quit drinking, help me quit caffeine, help me understand myself, help me heal men relationships, help me forgive, help me have a better connection to God, help me have a better connection to nature. Like, when that's more accessible and has less shame and weird energy around it, which I think like the Zoomers generation for sure are ushering in even more because they grew up with less war on drug propaganda. It's gonna be so fucking interesting. Like, mushrooms have an anima. If you do enough mushrooms, you are interacting with an energy that, in my experience, it can either be me in my deep subconscious, or my feeling has been that I'm interacting with the anima of the mushrooms. And they're so intelligent. It's crazy. Yeah, ayahuasca is great too. You made it about, I love that. That's fun, Clutch Cake. Let's open a psychedelic retreat center. That's my real dream. So I want to start this podcast. Okay, I'm gonna launch my female product, my Ari line. I'm really excited about that. Start my podcast, create short form content, launch my Ari line. Purchase property as a collective to create a wellness center and psychedelic therapy sites. Group psychedelic therapy. The success rate on psychedelic therapies when done in a group are so much better than when done solo. It's insane. Can you believe it? All we needed to do was get plugged back into each other. That was it. It was all a loneliness thing. Who knew it? Who knew? We just had to realize our own humanity and our connection with each other and our own human beingness. Those moments when you realize you're just a human being. You're just being. That's happiness. Launching what? Ari. That's my feminine product line. I have gold Yoni eggs and gold, literal 24 karat gold lube. Hand blown glass Yoni eggs with 24 karat gold in them and 24 karat gold lube. And I'm returning wealth to the womb. Haven't you seen them, Cheesy? I can show you some of my prototypes. I'll show you. Let me show you? I'll go get it. When is this launching? I mean, I've been sitting on it for 2 years. I need someone to help me. I need someone that, okay. It's so funny because every time I say this, I meet them. I'm probably gonna meet them at Burning Man. Or they might be in this chat right now. I need someone that understands how to manage manufacturing, product chain, or yeah, supply chain, manufacturing and launching, and can help me with that. And then marketing in a traditional way, but also in a social media way. Like I think that a lot of this stuff could be viral TikTok content and then Instagram ads content. Let me show it to you. But like, I've been talking about launching this for a year and a half. I got the idea right at the beginning of COVID. And I didn't feel like I was enough of an embodied woman at the time to do it because I didn't feel like I could confidently speak how I'm feeling all the time. But now that I've really stepped into that in the last couple of months, I'm like so fucking ready to launch this thing and fucking go. Fucking return wealth to the womb and just make women just these fucking juicy, divine, embodied, sexual, connected, strong, powerful women. Just remind you of that. That's what I'm fucking passionate about. Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, I know. When people ask me what hard drugs I've used, I'm like alcohol, sugar, caffeine. Oh yeah, all the normal ones. Got it. Okay, here are two of my prototypes. These aren't what I landed on, but one of my favorite one of my favorite female practices. How many people in here have a vagina? Or sorry, a vulva? Put a heart in the chat. I think I've got like 4. I guess I can show you the images of it too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 4-heart combo. Great. Okay, let me show you. This is for all the vaginas. Okay, so I can show you. Ari. Okay. Here it is. Here's the. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here it is. Here's all my branding for it. There we go. Okay. So this is what I made. This is the logo. It's called Ari. So on the periodic table, Aurum, A-U-R-U-M is gold. A-U. And I just love the idea of gold. It has such a fantastic frequency. It has been the embodiment of value and energy for so long. So I wanted to create a luxurious experience for women for their yoni eggs and an altar that it sits on. So this is the packaging. This is a brass base. Here. So this is the logos and the coloring. Ari. And then these are the eggs. So these are actually, what's a Yoni egg? So these are my prototypes. This is not the final, it's a jade egg practice. Yeah. Goes in your vagina. Okay. So here's two of the examples. This is a red one. So this is done when you put mixed gold with glass, it actually turns red, which is kind of interesting. So I was playing with the idea of using actual gold in the glass, turning it red, and then you cover it in 24 karat gold, and then you cover it in glass. Good night, Jency. So it's non-porous. One of the biggest issues with Yoni eggs in the past is they're made out of crystal. So like jade. I've worn mine to the airport all the time. They can't scan inside of you. It's glass. Bro, that's literally how people sneak shit in, is putting it in their vagina. I almost made it fall. So the issue with the crystals is that they were porous. So I designed this egg. It's in the shape of a Vesica Pisces, which is the center of a Venn diagram, which is also the shape of a Yoni. Okay. And it's actually like a very holy shape, like from the cave back to the cave. That's the cycle of life. And so in a lot of like cathedrals, paintings of Jesus, blah, 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 you see all of these Vesica Pisces shapes. So typically, instead of just the egg, I wanted the Vesica Pisces. That was really important for me. Oh my God, you don't know about a Yoni egg practice? Cheesy. Let me teach you about how to use the Ori. Okay. Cool, Kalia. I love that. Okay. So this is really great for women that have had children too. And what you do is you insert it into your vagina. Okay. And if you need assistance with that, I've also designed this lube, which is all natural based, and it will have gold dust in it. So you can use this with it. I had a lab make this in California and I love it. And I'm gonna have to go look at the list, but it's got all these like not essential oils, but there's natural stuff in it. I'm gonna have to look at the exact ingredients that increase circulation and sensitivity. I'm gonna start with one size surfing cat, and then I think I'll expand to having 3. And it's not so much beginner, pro, and expert. The weight does matter, but for a lot of women who are beginners, you're gonna wanna lay on your bed, on your back, spread your legs, and then you hold this on the outside of your yoni, and you can like massage it around, and you wanna wait, and you can kind of like, so the intention of this is to connect and create this connection between woman and yoni. We're so disconnected from our pussies, and it's like probably one of the things that like will affect your life the most is when you understand and realize branding and marketing too. High quality modern sexual looks, great choice on deep green taste and a color, and something that isn't. Thank you, Khaleesi. I've got a genius in here. Perfect divine timing, as always, Khaleesi. I love that. Okay, so that you've educated people in marketing or in yoni eggs, or both. Yeah, I loved this deep green. It's like so luxurious to me. I don't know. It is the jade color too, but now we have glass yoni eggs. We've evolved. They didn't have glass back then when the yoni egg practice was developed in China. So the story goes that the dragon women, white dragon women, would use this to cultivate their sacral center energy, which is your creative life force. You literally birth new life out of your sacral center, your uterus. And so you wait for your vagina to accept it and relax, and you will literally notice a difference when it's like breathes out, and then it allows you to insert it. And the whole thing with this too is you want to have like a breathing practice that goes along with it. And I suggest 10 minutes for people, and you can do it daily. 10 minutes as a woman by yourself in bed on the couch, pop this thing in. And what you want to do is then connect to it, set an intention with it, and then you want to start to do some muscle exercises. I'm like, careful to say muscle exercises, but like connecting with the different muscles in your body. And so you can do like long holds, short holds. You can learn to identify your left side of your vaginal wall, which you can flex independently of the right side, which you can flex independently of the top, which you can flex independently of the bottom. How to pull up your pelvic floor. And what's really nice about this is, so now you've got something to kind of push and pull against and move, and you can actually learn to like rotate it around as well. And so benefits that I've noticed in my experience of using my Yoni egg is, one, I healed a lot of sexual trauma. A lot of women in our bodies will actually get like physical knots in the muscle wall if we've experienced sexual trauma, or trauma in general. We can hold on to that within our vagina. So a physical massage works, and then also I find that this is really nice to massage, and then just having that kind of connection with and comfortability with my vagina is like a plus. Increased lubrication is one of the things that I didn't realize that would be such a big thing, but just having this in there and doing this practice and creating this connection for yourself will allow you to feel or it will stimulate you. And even working through it, cool, Shizi, it will stimulate you more, and you will be more lubricated for your whole life. It literally will increase your juiciness, and it increases your pleasure. Like, this has helped me have the most powerful orgasms ever. Healed sexual trauma, juicier, more connected to my divine sexuality, and what's it called? Way better orgasms. You're gonna need a butt plug. You do not want to put this in your butt. You can lose it. Yeah, so it's not, I was testing black and testing red, and I tested white. I actually ended up going with clear. And yeah, that's the Ori egg. So I had that idea, and I was like, oh my God, women recently have just bared so much pain in our lives, and so much trauma, and so much frustration. And like, I really feel like in this era where we're kind of coming out of these dark ages for women and into the light, now is the time to have products like this to connect deeper with ourselves. So yeah, I've used my Yoni ever since I got off birth control. I started a Yoni practice. That was 5 years ago. And it changed my life. And so I want to create this for other people too. How do you get it out? So you can get it out with your finger, or you get it out by pushing your muscles. And if your muscles aren't that strong, you squat and you push and it'll pop out. Some of them have string. That's the one thing. Some people will drill a hole and then attach a string through it, but that's just like another artifice for bacteria. So I was a little bit worried about that when I was designing this. So I think that could be an option. People can buy it drilled or not drilled. I personally don't use drilled. I just push it out. But yeah, like doing this 10 minutes a day or once a week even. Does a lube, I mean, either. I was thinking of including it. And then having a nice bottle that like, kind of like Goldschlager, like you can see the gold in it. Yeah, I just want to like return wealth to the womb. And there's like another feeling where it's like like the women's vagina is like the sheath, like it's, I think vagina actually translates to like sheath of the sword. Okay, so it's like we're the sheath of the man's sword. Hello. And so I love this practipractice because it's like this is actually like your wholeness, you're whole on your own. Does that make sense? So it's like you don't need a dick to make you whole. You are whole. Yeah. You could keep the lube to do like a free gift thing. Yeah, I think we could like, if the lube could come in like maybe, you know those like sample packs with the egg, and then if people wanted to buy like the nice bottle with it, they could. I think it's important to put this in when we're promoting about sexual trauma. You have no idea how many women suffer from physical stress effects from it, not only sexual trauma, but from different vaginal pain issues. Often products like this are only promoted with vague, pleasure-focused text, but the health aspect and letting go of stress in the body is so much more pressing as a personal need. I agree, Khaleesi. I agree. I think it's like, the only reason that people avoid the trauma topic is because it's heavy. And oftentimes people are looking for an escape from that. They don't want to be reminded about it, but if it can actually really heal that and help that, it's amazing. A health product. Yeah, a wellness product. As opposed to what? Like a sex product? Hi, Fahooms. How much would I sell it for? So the egg on its own, the cost per egg is, I think last time he quoted me $100. The last manufacturer I had to make it. I think that if I was making a lot of them, I could get that down. And then the altar is expensive. The altar is like $400. But I love the altar so much because it's such a piece of art. It's a luxury product, Morrow. If you don't want the 24 karat gold in it, you can get one that doesn't have that. But I really love the meaning of that. Fahooms, I do have a fan house if you want to check it out. Let me link it to you. Yeah, so I gotta work on that, the pricing, but it's a luxury product. But on top of that, I'm really interested in like starting like a collective, like an RE collective of women. So like if you're interested in this topic and you want to join, we also have like a community, whether that's like some sort of like Discord style community for existing under the same principles and interests, maybe just same principles as women, and connecting with other women, and then doing events, retreats, conventions, and then my goal is to buy property. I was also thinking I would have you'd mint an NFT when you bought one. That would be your access token for the property, and then the price of that would also go towards buying property as a collective. Yeah. Luxurious, fun, classy, long-term good effects. Yeah, I love that. I mean, it lasts forever. To vibrate, it's not a pleasure product. It's an energetic product, I think. You gotta be careful with the pleasure part. It's also because there's a lot of men running companies promoting sex toys and similar things to women, and not women like you. When women make products for women, the conversation becomes less escapist and more real. It becomes about them as women and their health, not about staying tight. It's much more healthy and honest conversation. Oh yeah, no, this is nothing. Actually, I think I forgot to talk about how it does actually help your vagina become more strong. I don't even think I said that. That's so funny. Well, I'm kind of... I've been having to teach a lot of the boys in my community that a tight pussy, it actually just means the woman is not aroused enough and relaxed enough to have sex with you. And you don't want a tight pussy, you want a strong pussy. Strong pussy. You can't separate sex from this product, but you can separate lust from traditional marketing. Yeah. Can you not separate sex from this product? Agreed, Khaleesi. Yeah, I guess exactly what I just said is good for it too. Thank you, Sorte. That means a lot. That means a lot that you just said that, because a year and a half ago when I birthed this idea, I literally, this might be TMI for the guys, but I literally was sitting on the toilet at Joshua Tree, at the place actually I'm going to be hosting the retreat. If anyone is interested, Joshua Tree in October, if you want to join, there's only 22 spots. I was sitting on the toilet and I was changing my Diva cup, and it was like I got fucking, like, on God, this idea just got into my body, and I didn't feel like I was a big enough body to hold the idea that landed with me that day. And I was just like, what? Like, it all downloaded, and like, I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this. If you're like a creative, if you do art, if you write books, if you do different things like that, like all of a sudden it was like, woof. Oh fuck. It was really cool. Saeed, thank you for the follow. Yeah, in one of my favorite places in the world, Joshua Tree, sitting on the toilet, out of nowhere, at nowhere. Literally the place at Joshua Tree I was at was called Nowhere. That's the name of the place. Eye of Horus is identical to the pineal gland. Yes. Yep. Coincidence? I think nuts. The Egyptians knew their way around a body. Those are the best ideas. It was so insane. So I was like switching on my Diva cup. I was covered in blood. Excuse me. And I was looking down at my hands, and this idea came, and I was like, I felt the weight of female suffering. And I was like, oh, why is this so heavy? Oh my God, women for so many years have been fucking murdered for their exceptional energy. We've been put down, we've been chastised, we've been shamed, we've been guilted. We feel pain every period. We birth life. I was like, oh, I was like, I need to return. And then those words, Kristen, like, you need to return wealth to the womb. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? My original idea was a gold egg, which I actually still plan on making. A solid gold Yoni egg. And then there's double meaning for it too, where what's it called? It's also a nest egg. If you have it and you own it and you have this connection with it, and if anything ever happened and you needed to sell it to pay rent, and you needed to sell it in a case of an emergency, you fucking could. But it also helps you have a strong, connected, divine, juicy pussy. So that would cost so much. Exactly. I want a fucking solid gold egg on my mantle that I put in my pussy once a week for a few minutes. I actually, sometimes I wear it around the house too. That's as you learn more, you can move around with it as well. Free the blinds. We want natural lighting. I like this lighting though. Let's see how it looks. If anyone knows, oh, it is pretty good lighting. If anyone, after I was talking, as you guys live your life in the next few weeks, I'm only inspired to talk about this once in a while, which usually means that I'm speaking for certain people for it to hear it. And if anyone comes across someone or ideas that you think would be helpful for me turning this into a reality, please send them my way. Whether it's my email, kristen@kittyplays.com, tweet me, DM me, whatever it is. Let me know. Yeah. Yeah. When is this Joshua Tree trip? I would love to come. Yeah, October 20th to 23rd. I don't know if they've sold all the tickets yet. I should reach out. I can send you info for it. You should come. I think there's a whole San Pedro thing with a shaman too, from the Joshua Tree Aboriginal community. If you're into that. And lots of dance parties. Start with women health products and invest and create a second company for pleasure. I mean, I think it'd be fun to create pleasure products. Thank you, Enta. Do you have any advice on sources on finding quality psychedelic treatment practitioners? Aw, Sprock, damn. So far, other than ketamine, I don't. I would poke around the MAPS website and see if they have any resources for that, or maybe even email MAPS directly and see if they have people. A lot of my friends who have been doing psychedelic assisted therapy, they're doing it with their current therapists. And so what they've done is they've talked to their therapist and they said, hey, I'm interested in trying psychedelic assisted therapy. I'm wondering, like, would that be something that you're comfortable assisting for me? And so then you source your own substances and they scope it. Oh, that's my alert. That's my follower notification. Squeak. That's a meow. Interior crocodile alligator. If you want any feedback on brand or marketing things, hit me up. Listening to you reminds me of my time when I first started my company. Cool. Khaleesi, where's the best place to message you? Like Twitter, Instagram? I'm a social media DMer. I could also email you if that is your speed. That's so funny. Do you have hiccups? You thought that was me? I don't know why I put on Twitch today while writing in my bullet journal thinking about setting intention for the coming 2 months. I definitely was supposed to stumble onto your Steam. Fuck yes, Khaleesi. That's the thing, yo. Like when you set that intention, like your people come in. Like the different guides, the different influences, the different books, the different movies, they find a way into your life. That's why I feel like it's so important to set strong intentions. The first day I used that sound, damn Clash, we go way back, baby. Thank you, Triggy. How are you? Welcome back. A beautiful and fierce cat. What is beautiful again? I'm trying to say it in Spanish. Hermosa? No. Is that beautiful and hermosa? What's fierce in Spanish? Gato. What is beautiful fierce cat in Arabic? English to Arabic. English, fucking shit. English, Arabic. Here we go. Beautiful. Fierce cat. Kitat Sharasat Jamila. Kitat Sharasat Jamila. Hermoso gato feroz. Feroz is fierce. God, I love Spanish. Discord? Cool. Are you comfortable posting your Discord in here for me? Send you a direct message on Twitch? How do I do that? Hi. Whisper. Got it. Hi. It's not even time to eat. You're early. Oh, I guess we got up early this morning, so I don't really blame you. We were up early for Pilates today. I just texted you my Discord, Khaleesi. What should I bring on a trip to meet a guy? Along the lines of cranberry pills? Oh my god, Annie, you're so cute. Have you heard of fuck. What is it called? Okay, Yuri thinks I'm gonna feed her and she's still mad. Okay. Well, wax or shave. Do whatever you're used to doing, because don't switch up the routine. If you wax or shave, otherwise own it. Trim. I don't know. Extra underwear, obviously. I was gonna say boric acid. Boric acid suppositories. You put it in the night before you plan on doing stuff that day. Have you tried that? Yeah, nails. If you do lashes, brows, if you do brows. Yeah, makeup. Oh, you're like, you're traveling there? They're so cute. Boric acid. So it balances the pH and it makes everything smell really good. Smell and taste good. Boric acid. Yeah. So you put that in the night before. Birth control refill. Oh my god, Annie, you're so cute. You're making me think of when I was like 16 going to see my boyfriend in the city over. Yeah, boric acid's really good. Bye, Khaleesi. Have a fantastic day. Keep on manifesting that high vibe frequency. You're 18. Oh my god, so precious. Yeah, cranberry pills are important. Just make sure you pee after. That's really the biggest thing. I haven't had a UTI since I make sure that like after we have sex, like I'm literally like almost like I'll cuddle for like 5, maybe max 10 minutes, and then I'm getting up and I'm peeing. I'm like, I gotta pee and I'll come back. That's like the most important thing, is just to pee after sex or after anything. If he goes down on you, pee after. If he touches you with his hands, pee after. You're so cute, Annie. Yeah, I would say, yeah, do the boric acid the night before you leave. Oh, I don't know what just happened to my computer. You do the boric acid the night before you leave, and then you don't have to worry. You only have to do it once and you'll be good for the week. Yeah, UTIs are the fucking worst thing ever. Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest advice. And then you're good. And then just relax. Enjoy. Nothing to prove. So fun. Excited for you. Relic, thank you for the 71 months. How are you? Good to see you. You made it. You've been apprehensive of someone going down on you. You're self-conscious. That's why the boric acid helps a lot. Like, it's just, it kind of just like, it just vibes everything down there. And then shower before, if you're trimming before or shaving or waxing. But if you really want to taste good, pineapple juice. Get yourself some pineapple juice or eat some pineapple. Bring some pineapple out for the plane ride. And it will literally change the way you taste. Also, how much? I mean, as much as you can. As much as you can. You will notice it. You'll notice it. Like, if you have it that morning, you'll notice it in the evening. You're just sweeter. What was I gonna say? Let me think. You're waiting to stream. You're so cute. Yeah. Is it weird to ask someone to wash their hands first? Not at all. Not at all. No. I think about that too. Especially like if you've been around the house all day and you're like dating and you're moving in together, that's fine. But if you've been out on dates and things like that, I think that's totally fine. And most men are familiar with UTIs now too. You think you want to shower with him before because I've been on a plane all day? Yeah, that's cute. That's great. I was just gonna address that. From a male side, women are more worried about down there than men, just my opinion. Yes, 100%. I've like learned that so much lately, like how important it is that like they're so happy to be down there. They don't give a fuck how you look. They're more trying to figure out how to give you pleasure. And so like the sexiest thing that you can do, Annie, is just tell him, oh, that feels good. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like more pressure. Oh, I like this. Oh, I like that. I like this. Like, and think about it from your perspective too, where it's like when you go down on him, you're not so worried about that. You know, like you're more focused on like how to make him feel pleasure and then like how to enjoy the pleasure of it through him. So I just can't imagine being down there with my face. I know, but Annie, we've kind of grown up in cultures that have like, we're still leaving this idea that it's like gross down there or like bad or like whatever, but it's like, it's so beautiful. It's so sacred. Like the fact that you're sharing that with him is so divine. So just like tap into like that like powerful, confident pussy energy. And like, it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna be weird at first, but like that shit it leaves. It totally leaves. Like his butthole. Not all men like their assholes licked, but most of them. My nose is so sensitive though. Sea Doggy, I missed your sub. Oh, you gifted a sub. Annie, welcome to the team. Sea Doggy, thank you for gifting her a sub. Balls are the full extent of it. Them shits are yuck sometimes. Yeah, I mean, if guys want you to do anything anywhere else, you make them shower. They will shower to have you like nibble on their balls. If we're open here, being rimmed by a girl is what's up. Yeah, we're open here. Well, I've never actually enjoyed sex. I'm sorry to hear that, Annie. I experienced that for a long time. The way you said that. Some people only shower like 3 times a week or so. Yeah, I mean, try and shower every day if you're having sex. And you want people to mouth you and smell you. He's a lot older. He knows what he's doing, but he seems to care about how I feel. That's good, Annie. Emotional connections are really important. I mean, young guys fuck like they think they're like bunnies. They're like, oh, I do this, right? And you're like, ugh, no. No. You've never just had someone who knew what they were doing? I have. But I don't think I met someone that really knew what they were doing. So I was like 19. The first person that I met that like really knew how to please me was my partner before my partner now. And then my partner now knows. It's like a science. Most young guys fuck as a social status. Yep. They fuck to impress their boys. Some guys are scared to kiss the girl after the girl gave head. Ah, fucking boys. That's not a man. Nah. Ah, oh my god. I remember my first relationship. I had given head and swallowed or whatever. And then I go to kiss him and he flinched. And I was like 16. I was like, I'm gonna suck your dick and you're not gonna kiss me after? And then he never flinched again. And he kissed me every time. No kid. You're one of those guys? Moons. Yeah, it's the hottest thing. Like fucking tongue kiss me after I swallow. Every female is different. Most men take experience in their past. Women try to apply it. Totally. Men, oh my god, it's pouring rain outside, but it's like a blue sky. I love the city. Wow. The only thing that trips me up is when guys like really know what they're doing down there. I'm like, oh, you've dated a lot of women. Actually, not a lot of women. You've had a long-term girlfriend before. Like, it's so sad that like women, we just like really just have to fucking, we do so much work educating men how to be good partner. But I feel like women are always on the hunt to like figure out how to be a good partner. Like, look at Annie. Look how much preparation she's doing for this. You need to be more confident. I get jealous so easily. And he says some out-of-pocket shit. Sometimes you take it personally. Yeah, Annie, I think like on the topic of the worth stuff is like, you have to just validate yourself. So like, where's my journal? I'll show you. I was talking about this earlier. You gotta do an I am page. Wait, where was that? You gotta do an I am and write down all the words that you want to be and say them out loud and recognize that being all these things is a choice. You can step into this energy right now. Just go pshit. And what I like to do is in the morning, naked, I'll stand in front of the mirror and I'll go, I love my eyes. I love my butt. I love my clitoris. I love my kindness. I love my blah, blah, blah. And you do all this. And so it's like you're setting up your day so that like you're validating yourself. You're like, oh, that's interesting. You think I have a big chin? Oh, well, I told myself I loved my chin this morning, and your opinion of me is just a projection from your life and your experience, and I can't control that. So I'm gonna go with my opinion of me. And I love it. Does that make sense? I never knew, but apparently women's clits get harder and bigger once they're aroused. Moons. You're not kissing the girls that are giving you head after they give you head, and you didn't know a clit got bigger? Moons, we need to do an intervention, brother. Like, kitty intervention. You were a virgin with your crunk girlfriend in the first couple months. I made her have her first orgasm and squirt. Fuck yes, Nigeria. Go Nigeria, brother. Yes. People need sex ed. People need sex ed beyond this is what's it called? Genital herpes looks like, and here's a birthing video, and we're not going to teach men anything about women's cycles. So crazy. I remember, who was it? I'm trying to remember exactly what he said. We were talking about ovulating, and it was the one Fortnite guy I used to play with in some of my tournaments. Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanking. And he was like 17 or something, and he was like, he said something about women and their cycles, and I was like, no, actually it's this. He's like, what? no. And I was like, you weren't taught this in sex ed? He's like, no, we didn't even really have sex ed. I'm like Canada's sex ed is not terrible, but it's not good. I don't understand why women are too afraid to speak on what they want from activities such as this early. Don't be afraid to. Oh, I know. Mapam. When I realized that men are just like pining for guidance. Okay, like men actually love being told what to do from a sexy, powerful, magnetic woman. And like, so telling them what they're doing right. You don't need to be like, oh, that sucks, stop doing that. Every time they do something good, tell them what to do. And if they're not doing something that you like, tell them something else that you like that they should do, and they'll stop doing what they're doing. And so like, it's so important to tell people and voice your not concerns, voice your praise. Like, you become magnetic when you praise. Like, get men to seek your praise, not your criticism. And you know what? The reason why I had such a hard time when I was younger telling men what I liked is because this is gonna sound so weird, but like for so much of my life growing up on things like Cosmopolitan magazine and like the different shows I would watch on TV and modern dominator culture, it was like the women's job is to like please the man. So like for 4 years of my life, 5 years of my sexually active life until I was 21, I was 100% focused on the male's experience. I didn't like when guys would go down on me. I was like the blowjob queen. I would fucking do reverse, front, side, give them all the angles. Like fucking, it was like a porno for me. And they were the ones that were like meant to be pleased. And so like, why would I figure out what I liked? My job was to just please the man. Duh. I read all this Cosmopolitan and I was like, it took me until I was fucking 21. And I forget what book I read. I think it was like Healing Through the Tao or something like that. But like, I started having some issues with my partner. I was getting like an allergic reaction. It ended up being an allergy. They thought it was cancer. I got a biopsy. It ended up being, I was just allergic to his semen. I became allergic to my partner because I wasn't willing to receive pleasure. And then a bee stung me and the allergy went away. Long story. Also short. Funny. Anyways. But then I'm like, oh my God, I came to the conclusion that I was like, not joking, a bee stung my crotch and I wasn't allergic to his semen again. And I haven't been allergic to semen since. That's the only time I've been stung by a bee. So weird. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'll tell that story in a second. But then I was 21. I was like, wait a second. Sex is a cyclical act. It's a give and it's a take, and it's a give and it's a take. And if I'm only giving, I'm depleting, and that's not good for me. And so then I learned that I need to learn to receive pleasure. And when I learned to receive pleasure, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Not only did I learn to have an orgasm with a partner, which it had only been solo up until then, but so many good things started happening in my life. People just started giving me things. I would be like giving me free stuff at the store. They would just be like, Kristen, I was thinking of you, here's something for you. I'm like, oh great. The food started tasting better. Like I started making so much more money. Like I 10x'd my money just because I learned that I was worthy of receiving pleasure and it was my birthright to receive pleasure. And then, so up until then, it was hard for me to tell people like what my preferences were. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, a little to the left. Oh yeah, right there. Like I didn't feel like I had a right to up until that point. Now I'm very vocal. Yeah. And honestly, being vocal as a man is so important too. If you guys are quiet fuckers, I'm telling you right now, your girl wants to hear you fuck. Okay? Girls don't want dick pics. Girls want cum shot videos with the sound on. Please. Louder. Yes. It's all of our birthrights to receive pleasure. I remember telling him that it was impossible to me because I'm hard to please, yet I literally had to just get out of my head. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started on being in our head. Yeah. Oh, you mean that peeling paint on the ceiling that I'm looking at right now, and oh, my Pilates is in an hour, and oh, my left nail is like kind of falling off and I should probably file it, and oh, my like toes got a cramp, and oh, da, 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 da. I mean, I still do that. Being present is such a skill, and I have days when I'm super present and days when I'm just like not there. I'm like, yo bro, we can have sex, but I'm not gonna be there. Like, my body will be there, but my mind although my advice for that, and this goes for women and men, I think we all have challenges like being present in the moment, and that's not just during sex, it's all the time. But my advice for that is activating all of your senses. Okay, so what I like to do is I'll put music on, I'll light incense, okay, or I'll like smell the smell of like sex and our kiss and his skin and his hair and my skin, and like I'll tap into like touch, scent, taste, sound, vision. And so when you're coming back in and you're touching into your senses, it makes it easier to like surrender and then give yourself up to the moment. Women want to see you jerking off in a bath full of $100 bills. I don't know about that. I don't know. Luke, I saw this TikTok and I was like, girls don't want dick pics, girls want cum shot videos with the sound turned on. And I was like, I've never thought that, but she's so fucking right. And then I texted Luke, I was like, I want a cum shot video with the sound turned on. And he was traveling and he sent me one. And the way my body reacted to it, I was like awakened. I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? Like, muscles were flexing inside of my vagina that I didn't even know I had. I was like, it was so crazy. So just food for thought. And don't send that unsolicited. I want to say that actually is illegal now. Don't send unsolicited videos. Thank you. That's important. Very important. Sometimes the man gets pleasure pleasing his woman. Totally. My partner's like that too. And I get pleasure from pleasing my man. Is the one sock on and one off true? What is that? Teach me. I'm great with both hands, my tongue, eyes, and nose. Nice. Galactic. Do you use Vagisil? Vagisil is the soap? No, I don't use Vagisil. No, I don't like 69. Luke loves 69ing. I hate it. Like, I'll do it for the meme. I like throwing it in there once in a while for memes purposes. Like, you know what? We haven't 69'd in a while. I'm gonna get my meme in. I personally do not like it. It's not mine. Now, even sideways 69, I don't like it because when I'm giving pleasure, I want to be like so... Like, I still receive pleasure from 69s, but like, I just want to be so into focusing on them. Like, I just feel like we're going nowhere with this. Like, I don't know. Like, and so I'm focusing on like pleasing him. So to focus on my own pleasure, I feel like it was difficult. Yeah. I like focusing on my job, the job at hand. So I have a choice. I'm like, okay, I can focus on the pleasure I'm feeling from him, but then I like stop. And before I know it, I'm like, oh, okay, I've been stopped for 30 seconds. I don't know how much time has passed. Have I moved? Just been sitting here with a dick in my mouth. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's your husband's favorite. I learned to love it. I'd rather him give than receive. Yeah. Good educational talks. Thank you. I mean, honest to God, this is the kind of education that like the culture needs. You're the same way? Okay. Yeah, it's tough out there, man. But I don't know how we got... Who asked the first sex-related question? Was it Annie? Who put me on this question? It's a turn on? Cool. Channel the energy that you feel talking about sexual topics with me, like, into your life. Like, breathe that in and increase your life force energy. Like, you can literally increase the amount of light that you radiate as a being if you learn how to feel these aroused feelings when you see, whether it's like someone beautiful on the street, when you're talking about topics like this, when something else happens, when you get a promotion. It's like learning to expand yourself into feeling these pleasurable moments and feeling that life force that's flowing through you. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Mohammed. Welcome. Damn, it's okay, Sylvana. Still love you. I've learned more from my ex than American sex ed classes. Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Wow, Nigeria. 6 months and 4 years. A long time. Okay, I've been doing straight talking for 5 hours. Damn. My brain is fuzzy. Sometimes I can just do this. It's the easiest for me to do this when I'm like just relaxing and just letting whatever wants to flow out, flow out. What if you don't like condoms and don't trust or agree with birth control? I would get a copper IUD. Are you a girl or a guy? Or do you have a penis or a vulva? No, do copper IUD. Female? Yeah, I would do copper IUD. It doesn't have any, what's it called? Either copper IUD or you have to abstain for the 5 days that you're ovulating. Do you track your period? I have like a little note thing. I can read it to you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have to track your app, yourself 100%. Wow, Reza, look at that, 8 years. Oh, Kid is here too. Hey guys. Oh, and Gunson, wow. Look, my OGs come out of the woodwork for the sexual talk. I see you. Marina. The Marina is a progesterone one. I was on the Marina. It fucked me up. I didn't like that. We are older now, Chambu, you're right. What are my thoughts on sneaky links? What's a sneaky link? Did I hear sex talk? Kitty, I'm here. It's not even the weekend and you're doing an 18+ stream. I'm sorry, it's just part of my personality now, apparently. What does the title mean? I have no idea what the title is, to be honest. Okay, so start tracking yourself. Okay? If you don't trust yourself to be on top of these methods, I highly fucking suggest you stay on your birth control or get an IUD. Okay? Because you have to have discipline for this, otherwise you will get pregnant. Okay? Oh, are you happy, Voltage? Question mark? I'm happy. So start tracking your period. I use, let me see, the Apple Health app. I'm ovulating. If I went to the bathroom right now, my vaginal fluid would be like egg whites. This is TMI. What's TMI anymore? She's lost it, guys. She's lost it. Anyways, this is important for the women in my chat. I do this for you, okay? I'm vulnerable and open for you. Me, I'm not always comfortable being this vulnerable, okay? It takes some practice, but it's for you. So I hope you appreciate it, okay? Let me be transparent so you can learn. Otherwise, we're fucking stuck in the dark, and I'm tired of the dark, so I'll be vulnerable. Hi, Nathan. Okay. Tracking your period. The Apple, if you have the Apple phone, I think the Samsungs also have them too, by the way. This is really important because especially in things like you've just seen where men are trying to take control of our bodies and trying to make us believe that we're not sovereign, divine creators and life force wielders. You old white man in control of this. No. Okay, so it's very important that you're not using third-party period tracking apps. They sell that fucking data. Not to mention, they're always trying to get you to upgrade to understand your period more when all of this information is free online and I'm willing to give it to you for free. So please stop using third-party period tracking apps. Apple Health app. It's so easy. All you have to do, if you don't want to do anything else, on the first day of your period, mine was apparently on August 3rd. If you guys want to start cycling with me, sync up with me, ladies. August 3rd, I had medium flow. That's all you have to do is you write in the days that you have flow. So this period lasted 5 days. Okay. This is just the Apple Health app. Do you have an iPhone? So you go to the Apple app. Oh no, I've only done 1,000 steps today. I only slept 6.5 hours. Damn it. It's really being vulnerable now. She's only walked 1,000 steps. You have a Samsung? Okay, there's a Samsung Health app, I think. Samsung Health period tracker. Let me check. Press the home button, app tray, select Samsung Health, scroll down the screen and select Women's Health. Android? Samsung and Android the same thing. Yuri, I love you. Yeah, okay. So the health app. What the fuck? Shush. I'm in the middle of something. Did I hear? Oh, I said walking. She wants to eat. It's not time yet. 10 more minutes. I fed her early today. That's why she wants food so early. Okay. I will be right back. Excuse me. Wait here. I got some explaining to do, and it's gonna be important, and it will change your life. So please wait. Add any treats on top of her food. Not Amazon. I'm so addicted to Amazon. Okay. Apple Health app. Cycle. I'm currently in my predicted fertile window. Blue means fertile. Women are fertile 5 days of the month. Okay? 5 days of the month. So all you have to do is write, I had heavy flow the second day, light flow and light flow, light flow. So whatever day your period starts, whatever day your period ends, you get in the habit of putting this in. I literally have the cycle history. I've like charted my period for so fucking long. And I just imported this from another app. This is just the Apple Health app. Samsung Health app does it too. So then, red. When I'm red. And like maybe a day after or before. Partner can finish in me. Partner that I trust that has been sexually disease screened. No, it's free and they won't sell your data. So please stop using third-party apps. Okay? In Apple Health. Yes. I mean, I trust Apple with everything else. So if I stopped here, you know, this is what they ended up leaking. I don't know. Okay. White days. Not your fertile window. Practice pull-out method. Because women can have the window not just be 5 days, like this month it's 6. I will usually add 1 or 2 days on the either end of the blue window where we wear condoms. Okay? If we want to have sex on the blue days, must wear condoms. Some people abstain. Okay? Totally. But I just add a day. Psycho, thank you for the sub. Welcome. Whatever, colorful. Okay. If Apple was selling period like the app, the third part, Apple is less likely to sell this data than some like parental third party app that other women are using that is in fucking Jamaica, or not Jamaica, like some non-policeable country. Oh my god. Okay, please. I appreciate all of you guys' knowledge about Apple's privacy laws, but if you're on an Apple phone and Apple's gonna have this data, okay, I would rather just Apple have this data on my phone than Apple and a third-party app from their app store that isn't checked. Okay? Will Apple sell period data about when potentially you could have aborted a child? I don't think so. Could third-party apps do that? Potentially. It's just whatever. Harm reduction. That's not the point here. Please listen. Sit down in your seats and listen. Look at the board. I'm the teacher. Okay, girls are taking notes right now. Don't put it in any app. Okay, if you're really fucking worried about your red state preventing an abortion, write it on a piece of paper, like what Trinzel wrote. If you're really worried about that. I am not worried about having an abortion. I practice very safe sex. I'm not worried about it. Here we go. All people in chat are cybersecurity experts. Raising hand to use restroom. Go ahead, use. You can watch the replay. All right. It is a shame people have to worry about that at all. How many abortions have I had? 0. Because I know how to track my period and I know how to prevent a pregnancy. Okay. All right. So I will use a condom for like a day before the blue window and a day after, plus the blue window. This is where you want to be careful. Another way to check if you're in the blue window is get used to checking your discharge as a woman, okay? If you're drier, you're closer to your period. The more lubed up you are, the closer you are to ovulating. If you're checking your discharge and it is like an egg white, then you are ovulating. Condoms, what the fuck? You know, if you don't want to use condoms, get on the IUD. The copper IUD, if you don't want to use them. That's your prerogative. But I don't like the IUD. I don't like how it made me feel. So I don't take it. Okay. I guess Chuck cares more about privacy laws and not having a kid at 14. We're just a little bit off here. Professional raw dogger. Elises, I hope all women avoid that at all costs. So sorry, bro. It's 2022, okay? We need to care about these things and we need men to care as much as women. Women are not the only ones responsible for this. Thank you. Worf the Klingon, thank you for the sub. Welcome to my stream. Okay. So now my predicted period day, thank you app, is telling me that I am supposed to get my period on August 30th, right in time for Burning Man. Yay, I'm gonna be in the middle of nowhere and PMSing and bleeding. Yeah, this is great. Okay. Thanks, God. Thank you. Hi, Shadows. Okay, so now this is really helpful as a woman because you can kind of know. It'll start to predict when you're gonna get it versus what you're gonna get. All right. You can also add other things. But pregnancy, progesterone test result, apparently. Pregnancy test result. A lot of people use this when they're tracking This is just the health app on iPhone or the health app on Samsung. A lot of people use this when they're tracking their like trying to get pregnant too. People will use this to track their ovulation. During their ovulation, they have a lot more sex, etc. Okay, 5 days a month you can get pregnant. That's really important. Learn to track your period. Very chill, easy app. Okay, what else do I have to tell you? So starting to track is one of the most important things ever, because when you're tracking your period, you will literally learn the flow of a woman like no other. Okay, I highly suggest the book Womb Awakening. There's lots of different books on how to literally organize your schedule around your different hormonal levels. When you're ovulating, you want to be out and about doing more group projects. You're feeling sexier, you're feeling more able to mingle, do all the things, like go buy all the groceries, go to fucking Costco, do that shit. Okay, the week before your period, you're a little bit moodier, whatever, do different things. On your period, you're gonna be like that, doing different things, and then the weeks after, you can plan that. So different phases. If you want to balance your hormones, there's something interesting called seed cycling. So you can take like pumpkin seeds and flax seeds during your luteal phase, I think. There's an image for it. Just Google seed cycling and look at the image and it'll tell you when you take it. Yeah, this will be my 3rd time going to Burning Man, Alex. Okay, so start tracking. Very important. You can also track your temperature and it will tell you even more accurately when you're ovulating, because your body rises in temperature when you ovulate. And did you know during your period and the week before your period, you're burning 300 extra calories a day? As a woman, that's why you get hungry. Like I barely eat. I eat like a bird when I'm ovulating, and I am so hungry. I eat the whole fridge during that cycle. So just learning your phases. If you want to get into that, I highly suggest just Googling on YouTube. There's so many different resources for that. Look at your TikTok, etc. It's really, really interesting. It's like literally led me, learning to track my cycle and learning about the different phases has like just changed the way that I feel as a woman, and realizing that like I have fucking superpowers is so powerful. So I highly suggest doing that as a woman. Okay, so some women will abstain during that ovulation window. If you want to be really careful, otherwise wear a condom. Okay, especially if you have irregular periods, you should definitely be using a condom, and expand your cycle outside of those blue dots, like a couple days at least, because sometimes it can be longer. Like I heard one person ovulated 2 days after their period ended, so just be a little bit careful with that if you're not. Okay, so neem oil. Has anyone heard of neem oil? Men can take pills, neem pills, and it will stop sperm from fertilizing an egg. Neem, N-E-E-M. You can use it. Men can ingest it, or women can apply. I don't want to say any of this with absolute confidence. Okay, this is just what I've experienced and what's worked for me. Neem, N-E-E-M. Okay, neem oil. You can also add it with an oil or a lubricant, and it will stop sperm from fertilizing eggs. Some women will put it in a diaphragm, which is like a little cup that sits at the top around their cervix. And if you have neem oil in it, it can prevent you from having sperm meet egg. It's a natural spermicide. Papaya seeds is another one. I have a friend who's dating this guy for like 10 years, and he would eat papaya seeds. I forget the specific amount. I don't have experience with that, but I think that's worth Googling if that's of interest to you. Okay, wild carrot seed is a natural plan B. That's what it's known for. You can get wild carrot seed tinctures. And if you think you might have been ovulating and the condom broke and something like that happened, you can take that tincture immediately after intercourse. Wild carrot seed. Okay. Hi. And here's where the what's it called? This is what's helped me the most. is if my period is late. Okay, so because I track my period, if my period is late, I know that like something's going on and I don't have a lot of stress, then I just want to be a little bit careful with that. So what I've used in the past is black cohosh, parsley, and high doses of vitamin C. And what that does is there's a few others, I'll read them, but it causes your uterine lining to shed. So if there is any implantation, it just stops, what's it called? The egg from adhering. So no baby. So that's a good one then. So mugwort is another one that works for this. It's an herb. Mugwort's also really good for lucid dreaming. So also all of these things are something you should avoid if you're trying to get pregnant. But like just kind of stay away from herbs in general, I think, because you got to be really careful as a pregnant woman. So mugwort, angelica root, parsley, black cohosh, cotton root bark, evening primrose, pennyroyal, tansy, and then high doses of vitamin C. And when I'm saying high doses of vitamin C, what's it called? I'm not anti-contraceptive. I'm just saying other options that I've used in the past toggled. Hi, Luke. How are you? High doses of vitamin C, you take like 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every hour. What's it called? Are you responding to yourself? Okay. And then for all the girls out there, if you have pain during your period, I use chamomile tea, raspberry leaf tea, black cohosh, and dong quai. And that really helps me for less pain during my period. Depends on the month. The really interesting thing that I've noticed is that if you are experiencing a lot of pain, I like that the people coming in here and talking are all men. Hi, I am a woman. I am speaking to the other women based on my experiences in my life so far. Hi. Hi. We've done all of the asterisks that you shouldn't do this if you're not responsible. If you can't take all your birth control pills right now, get on an IUD, okay? There's a Burning Man on my Instagram. Yeah, Alex, you just found it. I'm so excited. Men. Why can't they let us have nice things? All right. Let's just ignore it for now, guys. Let's just ignore it. We don't need to engage. Yeah. All right. So I want to include an asterisk at the end of this too. Scrub, thank you for the bits. I'm going to reiterate what I said at the beginning. If you are too irresponsible to take a fucking birth control pill every day, going off birth control and trying these methods are not going to be for you. Okay. You need discipline to be able to have this and carry this out. So wait until you're at a place where you feel disciplined and on top of your life enough. If you're struggling with mental health stuff, if you're struggling with depression, whatever, it's more important that you learn how to take care of that. Although birth control could be a cause of that. So yeah, maybe get on a different birth control. That's why I suggest the IUD is a good transition off of the pill because there's less hormones in it. Okay. I know. I agree, Kirosa. I agree. Because they're probably wanting to not use condoms with their girlfriends and they're making their girlfriends be on a high dose birth control and it's fucking her up. It fucked me up. It fucked up my entire gut. It fucked up my entire hormone system. It took me so long to rebalance. I'm still actively dealing with the negative symptoms of taking birth control for 10 years. And I've been off it for 5 years. So a lot of men don't know about this kind of stuff because teachers, oh yeah, schools don't teach it. I know, it's crazy unknown. Teach about the woman? What? Okay. So my warning, following this protocol as a woman or man may cause you to question everything you've known about the sexual education system and the medical pill culture that we're in right now. That's a big one. Warning. But I can promise that you will find an empowered state as a woman. Yeah. You will find an empowered state as a woman, and you will receive a lot of energy towards, holy shit, this system is with me and functioning with me for my benefit, and we can be allies instead of enemies. And so that's really helped me a lot. Birth control pills are terrible and they shouldn't be the only responsible. I agree. I agree, Delarian. Have you heard of neem or papaya seeds? That's what a lot of cultures have been using for years. I have had so many different doctors in my life. Someone graduating from a medical school, especially in America, honest to God, it means not a lot to me. There are a lot of exceptional doctors, don't get me wrong, but not all doctors are good. Please do not fucking trust all doctors. I've had so many doctors fuck up my health and do things to me. If they're not graduating from good medical schools, if they're not taking the time to stay up to date on recent studies, on recent papers, like if they don't take time to understand their patients properly, like not just because someone has a doctor in front of their name does not mean that you need to trust them, okay? I think a lot of us can speak who have had experiences in the medical industry that haven't gone right, that it is so important to trust your gut. Your gut will tell you when you're not getting good advice. Please, 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 if this is an important, serious health issue, get secondary advice. Do not believe if it feels uncomfortable and not out of alignment with the first doctor that you go to. Spend the money, get the other help. Like there's so many stories about fucking god awful doctors going out there and fucking shit up. And like, you have to understand that like, this goes for therapists, psychotherapists, doctors, all these things is, yeah, I know that too. Some people have ADHD, but I'm speaking strictly about people who have just graduated medical school. A lot of people, just because they've graduated medical school, it means that they're really good at retaining information, hopefully, on things, okay? But they have to practice from a place of reading about it and then dosing you and prescribing you, but they've never actually experienced these things themselves. You can't get a doctor. Actually, I think there's a Black Mirror episode about this where the doctor goes into the person's body and then gets addicted to pain. Have you guys seen that? Oh, it's so dark. Okay, I don't want to think about that. But doctors can't get every single ailment that's out there and then understand how it feels, understand how it works, understand they're only, you love that? Oh, Davs. That says a lot about you. Just kidding. And then all of a sudden understand everything. Like they haven't done the drugs that they're prescribing. They haven't had the sickness that you're trying to explain to them. So like ultimately, okay, you need to work with the doctor to be able to explain to them how you're feeling, how it's functioning, and then create plans through that relationship. Otherwise, like they're like, oh, this symptom, this symptom, this symptom, that must be this. That calls for this based on your body weight, but this drug has only been tested on men and not on women, and this has a whole fucking different realm of effects on women, like what happened when they were prescribing, what was it, Xanax or something? All these women were like dying, getting in car crashes because the length that it stayed in your system was way longer, so women were over taking too much and getting drowsy at the wheel and fucking dying. Like this shit happens. Like the medical system is improving. Things are getting better. And a lot of doctors are now paying attention to the fact that our system is not just a physical system that we need to put band-aids on, but there is a mind, body, spirit and root causes for these things that are really causing a lot of issues, and we need to pay attention to them. Pay attention to the whole body, the whole thing. Yeah, or they do is profitable. Yeah, but honest to God, I would say there's a lot of really great doctors who genuinely care about their patients, genuinely will take time to learn, understand them, and will work with them on providing proper care. And so I think it is important to just check in with yourself. You can find great doctors, and you can always get second opinions when it doesn't feel right and you're not receiving the kind of care that you need. But do not put doctors on a pedestal. Just because someone is better at studying in the current school system and retaining information in ways that not everyone has the ability to do means that they can have sovereignty and make decisions over your body always. I don't want to foster distrust, but you don't put them on a pedestal either. Relatively simple things, you can learn how to heal yourself pretty easily. Right, of course. Like for so many years, right, you would have to get like medical textbooks to learn how to like take care of yourself and learn how to like diagnose yourself. And I know people give a lot of hate to like Googling your condition, right? But I think that like WebMD has improved. It's not just like, you have cancer. There's like a lot more nuance to things. So it's kind of like in it, like when what's it called? I don't know, having access to this amount of information online, there's like so much more available, and it also makes things much more difficult for doctors to stay on top of everything. Like they have to work and read medical papers at night. Like that's just out of the question for like most people. So they'll just do their best. A C med student that graduated will operate on you the same as a straight A student. Yes. Also, you have book smart and street smart. Agreed, Map'em. If I have a favorite perfume, I really love the Labo perfumes. I've been wearing I was wearing Santal a lot. I still really like that one. I have the Noir. And then what else do I use? I don't know. I've actually been wearing a little bit less perfume. And if I wear perfume, I'm only spraying it on my clothes. Because on your skin, it's actually like a pretty big endocrine disruptor. So it can fuck with not only your estrogen and your progesterone, but also testosterone levels as men. So you have to be really careful that you're not putting all of these fake scents like Febreze, burning fake candle scents. Most of the deodorants that men are wearing, not good. Nah. Careful. The different soaps that you're putting on your body. Like your skin absorbs everything. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. Try not to gas chemicals on. Yeah. So if you're spraying perfume, just spray it on your bed. Just spray it on your clothes. There's a website, Extremists, how to check if products are endocrine disruptors. Let me think. How to check. My friend sent me this website. Let me try and find it. Maybe Skin Deep. Here we go. EWG.org. Maybe try that. Kazna? Is that different? Kazdana. Oh, this looks similar. Oh no, the first one I have is the one that has all the, yeah. The one, my favorite lotion is Moderately Hazard. So good though. Okay. Yeah, use the EWG.org. And then you can put in your favorite body products. Like, let's look at Axe deodorant. Maybe they're good. I don't know. I just, whenever I smell Axe, I don't think it's very good. Oh, they're all 5s. Yeah. There's a fair. Ooh, this Axe is a 7. High hazard. High cancer, high allergies and immunotoxicity. Use restrictions. Yikes. Hi Kelly, how are you? How are you? But yeah, just being careful. Maybe she isn't into gay guys. I love gay guys. I love all people. Website I posted, you can type each ingredient. Oh, okay, I'm gonna save that one. Cosna. Bookmark. Ew, I just accidentally licked my microphone. Nice, Kristen. Okay, what is my favorite body? Let's see. Heritage Store. Rose water. Let's see. 1! Yay! It is good to use. Great, we can use it. Oh my god, it's bliss! Oh, so good. Fuck. Yuri's like having an existential look at the wall. Or no, she's looking outside. Can you see her in the mirror? The website I put. Oh wait, I missed that. Okay, I've been streaming since 11. I don't know. I've just been very talkative today. I've just had a lot to say. Have you guys enjoyed yourself? Learned a lot. It's fun. It's been fun. Yes! Love having you in the background while I work, so I can yell at fake doctors on the internet. Come at me! Who was I just talking to? Fuck, where was I? Oh, I was in a meeting with someone, and someone in his family was getting all this medical advice online, and it was like not helping her, it was like making it worse. And they're like, oh well, where are you getting this medical advice? She's like, oh, I found this doctor online, he had all these reviews, all these things. And they like deep dove into this guy and like checked all his like the records from his university and stuff. He'd never gone to the university he said he went to, and he was a totally fucking fake doctor on a real doctor hire website, giving medical advice to old people for a premium cost online telemedicine. Not neat. 10 tabs open, just listening to me. Am I like how do I like harmonize with myself? Oh, you haven't met him before. You should fix your hair and makeup before you land. If you want to, Annie. If you want to. Do you feel safe with him? Do you have precautions in line in case you're not safe? Penny, Relic, thank you for the fan house sub. How you doing, baby? Parents have his address and number too. Okay, good. Make sure you share your phone location with people in your family too. Yeah. Did you meet him playing video games? Yeah, I share location. My mom, my grandma, Amanda, Luke, they all have my location at all times. Thank you for the follow. Shall we? Through mutuals? Well, through Oh, you did. That's so cute that you were playing video games and you met him. Through mutuals that you trust? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm just being protective over my Annie. Okay, don't mind me. Like, yep. Just let me move myself in here. I'm gonna have to come to the first meeting. I'm gonna have to meet you two both at the airport, and we'll have to go to dinner together, and then I'll vet him. Thank you. Burning Man is next week, Kelly. I leave like Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday. What day? What's the calendar? Let me check. That's so soon. The fuck? Oh, I leave like a week. I leave on Tuesday. I have like 5 meetings with different agencies on Monday. Yoop. He said 10, but he watches the cruise streams. Does this cruise still stream? I want to play CSGO with them. I gotta message them. We gotta connect. We gotta organize that. Okay. Is it time to turn the restream off and play some video games? Does anyone else want to play? Oh, also, on the topic of like being nervous, I've been talking about this a lot, but like, could being nervous also just be the feeling of being excited? Could it just be excitement? You know, I'm just excited. Just enjoy that feeling. Like I like chase that feeling now. That's why I want to start a podcast. I want to be like recording my podcast and be like, so nerve-wracking. Like, how do I do my intro? What do I say? How do I do this? Am I gonna say the right thing? Oh my god. I'm like a fucking new thing junkie now. Ari cosplay? I did an Ari cosplay. Have you seen it? Bye, Kelly. Thank you for stopping in. Kind of want to make a new Valorant account. Let me do that. How long does it take me to do that? On YouTube? Let me see. I did. Oh, no, wait. No, I did an Akali cosplay. Not Ari. Sorry. I'm debating. Should I jump in the ocean or stream Valorant? I just got the ping that in order not to burn out because I've been streaming so much the last few days, I should go and get in the ocean instead of just streaming more relentlessly. I think I should go get in the ocean. Lucy's right. Lucy! I love that name. That's my sister's name. Get that vitamin D. Yeah, I'm gonna go build my base tan. I'll go drive to the ocean and jump in. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming out to stream today. We streamed for like 6 hours of just chatting. If you learned anything, I hope you take that learning and you just exponentially grow it and share it and love it. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. You are so loved by me and many. You got the boric acid. Get it, girl. Get that clean pussy. I got you. I got you. I'll be like your older sister giving you advice, Annie. Anytime you need me. Also, feel free to DM too. I thought this guy said meow 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 in the song. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Kitty After Dark? Yeah, I'll be doing a Kitty After Dark this weekend. I might do a case opening Saturday as Catwoman, followed by Kitty Plays After Dark. Thoughts? Think about it. Yeah, also if you're new, make sure you follow. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Wherever your favorite platform is, go follow me. Or, better yet, follow me on all of them. Oh, better yet, if I provided you value and you would like to see some nice photos and behind the scenes of my life, go and subscribe to my fan house. It is sexy photos delivered to you every single day of me. And today I just dropped a new set that's more cute and casual, and I think you're gonna like it. Okay, happy Wednesday, everyone. Bye.